It's showtime, everybody. Welcome to the
Let me see
show.
if I'm 5G. Nope.
Does Autumn look blurry to you guys? Because she looks really blurry to me, but to her she looks clear. So we're trying to figure it out.
There, I'm 5G now. Or I wasn't on my 5G Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Is
Maybe
it
I'll
better
put
or
the
no?
no. But maybe let's see what everybody else is
Okay.
saying.
I'm not going to keep my camera on the whole time.
Oh, Sleuthy, I found this timeline in one of the groups, and it made me think like, is this Sleuthy's because it was just somebody posted it, so they didn't give anybody credit. I hate when that happens because then like a lot of the groups, it's like it's reposted, so I don't know who to credit. But it was so good. I was like, is this Sleuthy? So let me know. Did you make a timeline for it? I don't know. Here, I'll show you real quick. Hey guys, though. Hey everybody, what's up?
Hey,
Hey
everyone.
Crystal. Hey Allie. Not Sunshine Country Chickens. Chelsea Lynn, we got. Oh, now you're clear. Yes, you're clear now.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
it
I
took
was
a
on my
minute.
other Wi-Fi.
Okay,
Good
that's
deal.
wow, that's crazy. That was 4G and it was that much different for 4G to 5G, you mean?
I think that's way less. I think that's like 2 point something.
Oh yeah, it goes from 2 like mine does. Mine will say 2G and then it'll say 5G. But where's
Mm-hmm.
the middle ground here, guys? What I want to know. Um, how's everybody doing though? Um, yes, Lucy. I know. Me and Autumn were
You're
talking
crazy.
about that before. Yeah, thank you. I think that's a good idea.
Hey, serial killer.
Um, all right, hold on one second. Let me get my other customization part up just in case if I need to slow chat or anything. I know we're good right now, but I like to always have it ready just in case something
I
happens.
haven't. Hi, Dominic.
All right.
I didn't hear anything about that until you said that.
What?
Or
What I
never
told?
mind.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I did though. I actually did. I talked to Bella about it like way months ago. I did, but I wanted to like pretend it wasn't true. I'm like, that can't be true. But now, yeah, but I did. So
Oh my God, see the chat.
anyway, how's everybody doing? We're gonna focus on Delphi today.
Yes.
So I know there's a lot
Hi,
of other
numb
stuff going
lungs.
on that's kind of crazy. Numb lungs in the house. What's up? What's up? Hey, Rage Star, easy money.
Easy
I clipped
money.
together. I found a couple like newer like news clips about like there's an interview with Carter. There's just a few interesting things that I feel like the news did like that I was able to like cut into clips. So it's like 10 minutes long I want to play, but we could stop it and talk as we do it and then we'll get into some other stuff. But I
Okay.
figure we could start with that. What do you think?
That
Oh,
sounds
the
great.
timeline though. Hold on a second. Let me show this timeline. Sleuthy, let me know if this is yours. It's really good, but if it's yours, I want to make sure I give you credit. One second. It just reminds me of something like that you would do because you're good with your timelines. Or did you even do a timeline for Delphi? Because if you didn't, then but I'll still show you because it's pretty good to put everything into perspective, like of the timeline. I found it in a group, like I said. Hold on, let me get it. All right, so okay, so let's just go over this real quick because it does give a pretty good breakdown of everything. So we have July 14th, 2016, Kegan Kline creates Anthony Schott's Snapchat account. Or if anybody's in this chat that this is your timeline, just let me know. I'll give you credit. It was just reposted in a group, so I didn't know whose it was. It's not mine. It's really good though. So then we have July 20th, Kegan Klines creates Anthony Schott's Instagram account. And remember, he said that he met Libby. Oh, we're gonna go. Oh man, there's a lot we could go over. I have like some of the highlighted when Keegan's talking about like the Delphi stuff that Autumn, I almost want to maybe do like a little bit of reading, maybe back and forth at some time, maybe if we have time today. But
Okay.
anyway, because he says that he actually first contacted Libby on Instagram. Remember? I'm pretty sure that's what he says, that's how they first met. So 2017, February 13th, Abby and Libby missing. February 14th is when they were found. And then February 17th to the 21st, Richard Allen comes forward as a witness who was walking on bridge 2/13/2017, allegedly cleared as a witness. Exact date's not available. Remember, we talked about that in the last live. How there's a source that says he came forward just to say, hey, I was there that day. I was on a walk. Of course, because he was probably nervous. Somebody probably seen him there. He wants to clear his name. We still don't know if he was actually there in the search, which wouldn't be weird if he was, because you know how that is. people like to interject themselves not only to, first of all, like if there's any DNA, like he has a reason to have DNA there. Number two, if he wants to see like, where everything is, like what's going on, because they want to be aware. Just like for instance, when well, never mind. Just gonna talk about another case, but yeah, I'm just focus on this one. Okay, so February 15th to 23rd, Kegan left for Vegas. Messages recovered from Samsung Galaxy S5 show conversations about meeting people in Vegas, prostitution between February 23rd and 17th and February 27th. Or sorry, I'm saying this wrong. February 23rd, 2017 to February 27th. And I'm gonna remind me that I want to talk about something. I went through my old video, that thing I was talking about, the Vegas thing. I want to talk about that a little bit, about the whole like his bartending school or whatever, and how it just doesn't match up with that. So it seems like that he was purposely trying to create something for that timeline, for like an alibi, in my opinion. So February 23rd, Kegan Kline factory reset Samsung Galaxy S5 named Kline Photography. And he does have, I don't know if his YouTube channel's still up. We watched a little bit of his video or the last live, but he has that like Kline Photography where he like does these edits, these video edits, which like there's one where you could actually see him like videoing it or whatever. I don't know what, it's not that bad of an editor, but okay. So February 25th, Kegan returns from Vegas. Search of Kegan Kline's house starts. 7 electronic devices seized. Polygraph conducted, concluded around 7:30, and returned to his residence. Kegan Kline begins deleting Snapchat, Instagram, and other accounts from iPhone 5C. And also from the transcripts of when they're interviewing Kegan, they basically tell him how, like, when he was in Vegas after that happened, like, he was, like, searching Delphi stuff so much. So the cop or the investigators asking him, like, if this is supposed to be like your vacation, you're going there to have a good time, like, why are you sitting there in
Spending the whole
Vegas, like,
time.
watching Delphi stuff?
Mhm.
And then he claims, like, well, I didn't even realize it was Libby until like a little bit later. And he's like, well, why would you care? Like, why are you so like obsessed with like looking it up when you're supposed to be having a good time? And he's like, well, it's, not every day does this happen in your town. Like, there was a murder, and just he
Yeah,
gets them all
okay.
caught up. So yeah, we might read some of that a little bit later. February 27th, Kegan Kline deletes browsing history and other info on iPhone 5C, hands over to Indiana's police. So remember when they come and they seize all the stuff, and then he ends up like finding the other phone, which we think because he wanted to probably make sure he deleted everything. And then remember he turns that in like after. So he probably had that last phone hidden to make, I don't know, whatever he wanted to clear it. And then he calls him and then turns that last phone in. Did you know about that or no?
I
I'm
didn't
not
know
sure
about
what
that.
year. Okay, so August 14th, 2020, Kegan Kline is observed staying at girlfriend's apartment, and law enforcement requests charges be filed. So this is for the stuff that he's in there now for, obviously. So August 19th, Kegan interviewed by police. The murder sheet has copies of this tapped interview. August 20th, Kegan arrested on 30 counts of CP. Law enforcement state's largest P-ring investigation in Indiana state history. And also, we're going to go over how they like took off like 5 counts, like they dismissed 5 of his accounts. So wonder why, it's just weird. The timing of everything can't just be a coincidence, right? Like, we're all thinking, did he take some kind of deal and then all of a sudden 5 of your accounts that like get dropped after they arrest Richard for the murders? I mean, this just can't be some coincidence here. I'm sorry, there's too much. I feel like that it has to be linked, I think. And I think a lot of us that's been, covering this case are thinking the same thing from what I've seen. It is definitely a link. Okay, so what do we have? So March 2022, Kegan is questioned by police again. Then August 17, 2022, Kegan is transferred from Miami to Indiana's police for more questioning. August 23rd, search of Wabash River starts, and then September 28th, search of Wabash River ends. So it's almost a month-long search. October 13th, search of Richard Allen's house starts. So look, 2 weeks after the search ends, they arrest Richard. And then August 26th, Richard detained, DNA sample obtained. which makes you think, did they have some kind of DNA at the what do you think, Autumn? Do you think they have DNA from the killer? From Delphi murders? Do you think they have DNA of the person or just the ant, like a pet?
I think of the pet for sure, but I haven't seen anything that makes me feel strong enough that they have DNA of the
I know.
killer.
I know, me either, because I feel like they'd be I think they would be handling it a little bit different if they
For
had the
sure.
DNA, it would just be like, "Yeah, like, we got this." Okay, so August 28th, Richard arrested and officially charged. Okay, so that's the timeline. I don't know who did it. Did Sleuthie say it was hers or no? Whoever did it, great job, putting it together.
I think she said she made one, but she hasn't made it public yet. So it
Oh, okay.
isn't
I
hers.
wanna see yours, Sleuthie. Yours will probably be even better. Alright, so let's play a part like this river. I just I saw the document said river. Never mind. Okay, so this is just like clip together some news clips. Let's watch it. Wait, let me make sure. Not the right one. Hold on. Now I feel like I brought in the wrong one. Hold on. No, I guess that's right. Okay.
Documents show a Carroll County judge is recusing himself from court proceedings for one of the county's most critical cases. Richard Allen faces murder charges for his alleged role in the 2017 Delphi murders that killed Abby Williams and Libby German. Now, Judge Benjamin Diener has taken himself off the case, saying he didn't feel safe. The Delphi community spent 5 years waiting for an arrest in the case after the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. Last week brought relief for families and for many around town after an arrest was made. Richard Allen of Delphi now facing charges of murder. But new court documents show Judge Benjamin Diener recused himself in the case, which the Indiana Supreme Court confirmed earlier this afternoon. In court filings, Judge Diener writes he was attempting to ignore the maelstrom of interest from the public, saying there was already content about his family on YouTube, including photos. Judge Diener writes, the public's bloodlust for information before it exists is extremely dangerous. And when the public peddles misinformation with reckless abandon, we all are not safe. A spokesperson for the Indiana Supreme Court says they're in the process of appointing Allen County Judge Fran Gull as a special judge in the Delphi murder case in Diener's place. Gull has served as a judge in Allen County for more than 20 years, overseeing several significant cases, including Bob Leonard's trial after the Richmond Hill explosion. That explosion set deliberately as part of an insurance scam, killing 2 on Indy's south side and leading to the destruction of 30 homes 10 years ago, next Thursday.
The enormity of the case, the amount of destruction, the death, the descriptions that you hear, that it's like a war zone. So.
A judge doesn't have to give a specific reason for recusing themselves in the case. There are several reasons that would require a judge to step away, though, including personal bias or prejudice of a person or their attorney, if they have personal knowledge of disputed facts in the case, or having a close relationship to someone involved in the case. And while the future of the judge in Allen's criminal case now appears to be decided, information on what led to Allen's arrest is still under wraps. Those records are still sealed by the court. Court filings did reveal, however, that when the defendant appeared for his initial hearing, he was wearing protective gear. Judge Diener writes that was not to protect Allen from the court, but rather that protection was to protect the defendant from the public.
I thought that was pretty obvious. Like, that made me laugh. She explained that, like, well, of course. Like, it's the court's not going to do anything to him. I don't know. That was
This
Well, and what can
afternoon, we learned of a request.
What can the public do to him now?
well, no, but you know what I'm saying. He gets out of the car. You know, you have assassinations, or you know what I'm saying. Like, he gets out of the car and
Okay.
somebody shoots him or something.
God.
But she's like, he's not wearing it to protect himself from
Oh,
the court, but from the public.
yeah.
Well, like, duh, like the court's not going to do anything to him. That's what I didn't understand. I'm
Hey,
like,
you never know, man.
I guess.
Especially with the judge asking for help and recusing. This is crazy.
Vandal vlogs, yeah, we know about that, but we're not going to talk about that right now because we're just going to focus on Delphi. But thank you. I think a lot of us are aware of that, but thanks for filling us in. But let's just like focus on this now. That's all right. Maybe that'll be, that's not, I don't know if I'll even ever cover that, to be honest, but yeah, we're aware of that. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, can we just like let's focus, guys. Now like everybody's talking about. Okay.
To move the suspect to a state prison. The court says it's for Richard Allen's safekeeping as he waits to go on trial.
That request claims he is now in imminent danger of getting seriously hurt or killed. In fact, Allen wore body armor at his initial hearing.
And that's not all. Karen Campbell has a look at the judge's concerns for his own family as the case makes its way through the court system. Karen.
Well, in this court order, Carroll County Circuit Court Judge Benjamin Diener says he and his family don't feel safe. Now, Diener also says some members of the public are dragging his family into this, sharing content about his family on YouTube.
So they're talking about the judge's family, right?
That's what I was just wondering. And have you seen anything about the judge? Because I haven't.
No, but like.
Oh, but I did hear maybe his phone number was doxed, I heard.
But why would they be threatening his family? I don't understand. But they're saying like she goes on to say YouTubers are doing this. Like they're like exposing his family stuff. I've never seen one video that talked about the judge's family.
Maybe they're saying like you better like go hard on him or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I only heard that his phone number was doxed.
Like giving like family information, probably like kids, wife. I mean, why would they even be? I don't know.
The judge and the sheriff.
That's messed up, dude. But I guess it doesn't surprise me the way some YouTubers, and I guess they're not all. You got anybody that could start a channel and put out anything.
I agree, not Sunshine Country Chickens.
Yeah. All right.
Including photos. Now, he says he's constantly getting requests for, quote, public information in this case against Richard Allen. Now, the judge goes on to write, quote, the public's bloodlust for information before it exists is extremely dangerous. All public servants administering this action do not feel safe and are not protected. He explains the court has 30 days to rule on any motion, but that he was given 7 days or 1 day when hand-delivered to respond to a FOIA request or face litigation. He says all public information in this case will be available once it exists.
A lot of people have been reading about this, have read about it over the last 5 years, but to all of you, this was more than just someone you're reading about. It was a family member and her friend. So if you could just describe for those out there, I mean, this is the type of pain that hurts.
It hurts. We're real people. It's real lives. Some people forget that they are reading, and it becomes entertainment. It becomes a game to some, and they just forget that it's real people living a real nightmare.
So I know it's public information. I'm not saying that like, oh, they're giving out the names, but I'm saying like, what are they attaching to that information? You know what I'm saying? Are they saying something about the family to make it like people act out and like, like attack him or something is what I mean. I know, I'm sure it's public. If you want to find out, you can find out what their names are, obviously. But like, how are they approaching it? Like, how are they presenting it? I wonder. Like they're all upset, like the judge needs to release this, or like how far are they going is what I mean, I don't know.
Dang, is that true? His parents live on Country Club Road where one of KK's devices logged into their
Wait, the
Wi-Fi?
Judge's parents or whose parents?
That's what I was wondering. Like, what the?
Yeah, the Country Club Road is in the transcripts. That's the freaking address. But he said it was here. I wrote it down. When Kegan asks him about when they ask Kegan about like, oh, your phone pinged to a Country Club Road, he says that he thinks it was his grandpa because like Country Club Road meet into Paw Paw Pike, I guess. Mm-hmm. So he said it's like they meet. So he's like, no, I wasn't on Country Club Road, but I could have been at my grandparents. I think he said grandparents. We'll have to look at Paw Paw Pike, which meets with Country Club Road. So he's denying that he was on Country Club Road.
Can they tell if it was a moving ping or if it was stationary? I wonder.
I don't know. That's a good question. Here, hold on. Let me see something.
Oh, here we go. They answered. 1 second. I'm gonna help the baby.
Okay. I'm gonna find where that says it in the transcripts. But I do want to go over these, so maybe I'll just wait. We could go over it, but just remember that, yeah. Well, yeah, we're not even at that on the video. So let me just write that down and we'll talk about that. Well, I have it in my notes. Okay, let me continue.
Disheartening is it that it appears a person from this community who maybe worked here, it's a small, tight-knit town, and here we are, possibly a neighbor, someone who's familiar with Delphi may be responsible for this, police say.
Yeah, it's a little disheartening that a member of our community could do this. Can do this to somebody within their own community, or just do this. Period.
Yay. I'm glad you're here.
But you can never judge a book by its cover. I don't know what makes people do stuff like this. This happens all over the world, not just in our case, but there's a lot of people out there who suffer from stuff like this, right? Very similar situations. I don't know why I don't know how can't program my mind to think like that. It's hard. How can somebody do that and then just go on living life like nothing happened? I don't understand. Probably never will understand that.
Most people have grown up here in Carroll County, have lived here their whole lives. It's a small community, and we've always felt like it's one neighborhood, and for it to be one of us, it's hard.
I think I've always said since the beginning that it had to be somebody that knew the area, and so I don't think it surprised me as much. But it's definitely hard and sad to know that he was right here among us. I don't think we wanted to believe it, but yeah, we know it is now.
Allen was charged. The statute that he's charged under, the murder charge, also indicates that to have that charge, he has to have committed another crime, like rape, child molestation, human trafficking, something along that line. Is he charged properly?
He is, and those questions will be answered in due time, and they certainly should come from the prosecutor, not from me.
Right.
But eventually, when that PC is released, it'll be clear.
In 2019, Indiana State Police released a sketch of a man thought to be a suspect in the murder of Abby and Libby. 2 years later, investigators released another sketch of a much younger man.
That guy and that guy, there's a lot of similarities. How did we get from here to here?
Well, I think that, remember, I've said from the very beginning, since 2017, a sketch is a sketch, it's not a photograph. That's the first time I've seen that.
Really?
Yeah. And I've also indicated over time that I think once we get to where we are today, we'll be able to look at the similarities of the two sketches and make a photograph, which will be Richard Allen. So I think there's a little bit of both. And I don't regret the strategy to do what we did.
Since Allen's arrest, Indiana State Police have received more than 300 tips about this case. I asked Carter if they are looking for others.
Is there somebody else out there?
Right now, we have arrested Richard Allen, and that's what the courts have allowed us to do. We are going to be searching for anyone involved in this case until it's over. Mm-hmm. And today's no different than that.
There's been a lot of activity on this today. Kegan, Kline, they had 5. The prosecutor dropped or dismissed 5.
I did see that this morning.
Is there any correlation between those charges being dropped and the search that was performed in the Wabash River?
No, absolutely not.
Has he?
I think he was charged with 30 counts. They've dropped 5. He still has 25. So it's important to report that too.
Right.
The case has not been dropped against Kegan Kline.
I asked Superintendent Carter if Kline had been cooperative, and he declined to discuss Kline any further. Now a new judge must decide whether to unseal the probable cause for Richard Allen.
The probable cause, I suspect, is going to answer a lot of questions that I have here and that we talked about on Monday. Will it answer all of our questions? Or is there still...
Remember, this case is 2,100 days old, almost. And the facts in their totality will come out at trial. And not until then. I can appreciate the desire for our citizens to have these questions answered.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird he said he never saw that sketch until right then?
Who?
The Carter.
Wait, what? No, that's not possible. What do you mean? He said
You didn't
that?
just hear that? Yeah, when he showed him that, he said, how do you go from this one to this one? is it two different people? And he said he answers, but he says that that was the first time he'd seen it.
I think he wasn't he talking about the combination though? There's no way.
Oh, maybe the combination.
Because there's no way he could never have seen it.
That's what he
right?
Okay, somebody agrees that he might have meant the three together.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't going to be able to stop thinking about it. I think she's somebody backstage.
Sleuthy, hey girl, what's up? Can you hear us? You're muted.
What about now?
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
Nothing. I've been in this hole. I've been in this hole for a week now.
Are you out of it now?
No, Lord, no. It's gotten worse. Like, it just gets worse. I keep finding
personal hole or like a hole with this case. What do you
a
mean?
hole with this case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, this case. I've been digging,
working hard.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Well, after this, I want to hear what you share some of it, what you've been finding, because I know you're good at digging. I'm going to share like those addresses that we'll do that definitely.
Sleepy's face.
Yeah, I so it's really interesting if you look at like arrests that have been made from August 2020 through to now. So Kegan Kline's arrest through to now, there's like a shitload of them that say that they got like an anonymous tip from the NCIC. Have you noticed that?
No. Wait, anonymous. Oh, you're talking about
what's the
tips for this
NCIC?
case? Or what do you mean? Because they got over 300 tips, they said, since they named Richard. But what do you explain what you mean?
I mean, so they did their search of his house in 2017.
Yep.
They didn't arrest him and go through all of this stuff with him until 2020, 3 years later. After he made that comment about the Dropbox link, do you remember what I'm talking about? The investigator was like, you don't understand, from your Dropbox account and the links you shared, we opened the biggest.
Yeah.
Okay. From that moment through to now, there's been a lot of arrests, like many. Like I'm still not done gathering them all. Some of them even specifically mention like Dropbox.
What about this guy? Isn't this guy cousins with Kegan? What do you think of him?
What's the last name? Yes.
So,
yeah.
Catfish relative arrested, and cops will reveal update and reverse search linked to fraud who messaged Libby German. Yeah, so he, let's see, cousin of alleged Snapchat catfish child predator Kegan Kline was arrested in Wabash County, Indiana at the beginning of September on DUI charges. But I just think the timing is just too coincidental. So,
God, he looks scary.
Yeah. Let's see what else here. Hold on. So Trexler was held in custody for a week in place of a $1,200 bond. He was released September 8th. A spokesperson for Wabash County declined to provide additional information. So I don't know if it's related or not. Who have you found that's kind of interesting? Do you know anybody?
Oh my God. Do you want me to send the list? There's literally a list.
Wow. What do you think it is? A ring or something?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it would have to be a ring, but I do know that they like to share what they find. And I think that he specifically liked to share what he finds. So there's a lot, but then I'm like super sus on the devices too, like the Samsung account. So I have so many questions. You guys probably already know all the answers, but like the Emily Ann account, it first appeared from that Samsung device in 2000.
Yeah, I got the transcripts up here, but yeah.
The probable cause affidavit is the one that lists all the different devices and.
Oh, hold on. I have that too. Which one do you want to look through? The devices or like the transcripts? Hold on. Oh. I have that too, but there's kind of some interesting. Have you read these transcripts, Susie?
Oh Lord, yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
Over and over. I'm like I'm on the next round, like making,
Okay.
So, but if you look at the probable cause affidavit, so one of the things that's interesting is that Kegan always uses an Apple device, and there's this random ass Samsung device that like comes in between Apple devices. So like an iPod. I don't even remember those iPods, but like an iPod. Then it's like a random Samsung device.
Yeah.
And then back to iPhone. But if you go, so they mentioned the Anthony Schatz account there in 2016, but the Emily Ann account originated on the Samsung device in 2015. You might double check me when you scroll down. 2015.
I'll write this down to 2015. Okay.
It's also the only device that mentions both Kegan and Tony specifically as having had some type of relations with Emily Ann.
Okay.
I don't think it's him.
Wait, you don't think who's him?
I don't think the Samsung device is Kegan.
What do you think? It's Tony though, or?
Yeah, could be Tony. It could also be a random person. I saw someone mention Country Club Road, so I immediately went to the transcript and typed it in, and I did find the page if you need it, but
because my transcripts, look, it will not let me. I don't know why. What am I doing wrong?
I can't search on my computer, but I can search on my iPad. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, when I type in words that I know are in there, they say nope, we can't find them. It's like I know they're in there. So what page is the Country Road on?
165, but but the conversation starts a little further back than that.
Right here, Country Club here too. Okay.
And so basically they're talking about so prior to really digging into this stuff, I read this interrogation and I was like, obviously he's a liar, obviously. And obviously it has a reason to lie, but there are certain times where I really think, because I had someone read it out loud with me, I learned better that way. So like, I was like, you pretend to be Kegan, be defensive and say stuff like that. And I'll be, the interviewer, so we can really kind of hear how the conversation went. And I was like, some of these parts, I really feel like he has no clue what they're talking about, but because he can't explain it, it's going to fall on him. And this situation in particular was one of those things where they're bringing up, where was your phone?
So you think somebody else had his phone?
And they said, and he said,
yeah, right here he says, well, is this, you want,
you could, yeah, we can.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah.
Where are you starting?
Where should we start? We could just go back and forth. Where do you want to start? Let's see. It had nothing to do with it. Last people, such a big deal. Like, yeah, let's start like.
Yeah, it does start up many more pages, but it's
let's start right here. Where were you last Monday at 7:45 maybe? Like, do you want to?
No, it goes higher than that. 162.
You want to start higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you do,
I mean, of course, the Delphi stuff starts at like 120 or something, but you want to start at the very beginning when they start talking about it, you mean?
So halfway down page 160 is when they start talking about his different searches he was doing. So like about the DNA and whatnot, he failed the polygraph. And they confront him as having lied about where he went that day. And he says that he and his dad went to his grandma and grandpa's on Paw, whatever.
Paw, yep.
At noon. And they're saying, no, you weren't. Your phone was not at your grandma and grandpa's, and it was on Country Club Road, and it was linked to a Wi-Fi on that road. And it wasn't your grandparents. So...
yeah, he's claiming that they connect. So yeah, the Wi-Fi, it could be like, it could have shown up at Country Club because Paw and Country Club intersect or something. That's the explanation he gives. All right. So where do you want to start then? Let's read some of it.
Let's start at, who are you going to be?
I'll be who do you want to be? Who do you want to have who do you?
I'll be the detective and you be all the A's.
Okay.
So start at the top of page 161.
Okay.
Tell me when you're there.
Okay, yeah. But wait, it cuts in. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start at you've been nonstop searching this stuff. You've been talking about it with other girls that Libby knew or that knew Libby. You've been searching it before you went to Vegas, and then you tell investigators, I was with my dad all day. We went to Grandma and Grandpa's at noon.
No, I told them I didn't know what. I mean, I don't ever leave, so like, yeah, I'm probably not out at his house really, but I mean,
I'm telling again.
I don't remember everything I did.
Well, I'm refreshing your memory.
Like I told them I would go and see my grandma and grandpa like a lot.
No, for a fact, audio, video recorded on your interview, you told them a few days after this happened, you know, you were with your dad all day and you went to your grandparents.
Did really?
From on your interview said you either said 12 or 2 or 12 to 3 and then you came back home. That's what you said.
Right.
That's not an I don't remember. That's what you said, right?
No, because he was like, hey, you really need to think about this.
Right. And you
really need to think about.
And that's what you said.
So I was like, well, I mean.
Well, your phone does not line up to that. And again, that's another fact. You don't have to remember it.
Okay. Where was my phone at? Please tell me.
So it was at your residence.
67 East Canals all day? Because I don't ever leave there.
Until
when?
Until you went somewhere near your grandparents' house, but you did not go to your grandparents' house.
Dirk Hayes?
Where?
Dirk Hayes' house.
Okay.
That's the only other place I go. He sold me weed. That's literally the only other place I go.
So why lie?
Several times. Oh no, sorry.
Why lie several times?
I didn't think I ever lie, but I'm saying if I left my house on that day, it was to my grandparents or to Dirk's.
You said in an interview, audio recorded to 2 law enforcement officers, including an FBI agent.
Right.
You said, I was here at home from this to this time. Then I went to the grandparents and then we went right back home and I was with my dad the entire time. Done. I know.
Okay.
That for a fact, because you said it and that's what you said.
Okay.
But now you're telling me
Where were you last Monday at 7:45 p.m.?
Probably at home. But again.
Okay, I was probably at home.
But what I'm telling you.
I mean, do you get what I'm saying though? Like.
No, I don't, because.
I mean, you don't? Okay.
You're
okay, where were you Monday at 7:45?
Kegan, this isn't about.
Why don't you? No, you see what I'm saying though?
No.
Like people don't remember every little thing about life.
No, that they do when it involves them.
When I had nothing to do with it, so why would I even?
But you
remember what I was doing.
One of the last people to. This is why.
Okay.
This is.
But if I
such a big deal.
Did that? Don't you think I would know exactly where I was at?
Yes, and that's what you told people.
Exactly.
But it was a lie.
Okay, so where was my phone at?
I told you it was at your house.
Exactly.
And then it went to where? It wasn't Grandma and Grandpa's.
Where was it?
I'll tell you that much.
Where was it? Was it in Peru?
Yep.
Exactly.
Country Club Road. Whose house is that?
Country Club Road. I have no clue. That's where my grandma lives. I mean, my grandma lives on by Paw Paw Pike. Yeah.
Right. It wasn't there.
Country Club Road and Paw Paw Pike meet.
I understand that, but you connected to a Wi-Fi source that was in that house.
No, I did not. I'm telling you, 1000%. I don't go anywhere besides Dirk and my grandma's.
So why did you tell investigators that you went there when you didn't?
Because he was like, well, where do you ever go? And that's the only place I go. I don't know what I was doing on that day 2 weeks ago. I don't effing know.
So
it's like if someone asked me right now, what are you doing 2 weeks ago on a Monday?
Okay.
I have not the slightest clue.
So then with your logic, then back then when you said that maybe you weren't with Dad all day then?
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So right?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I went to my...
Could be possible.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I ever really left my dad was when I would go to Dirk's really and get weed. That's about it.
And would you search?
I didn't have a car.
Did you?
Nowhere to go.
Would it be normal for you to look up porn at Grandma and Grandpa's house?
No.
because that's what you were doing on your phone at the time you said
That's fine.
Said you were there.
I wasn't doing that.
Then who was?
Dirk. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I don't.
It's not.
Hang out with no one besides Dirk.
So how do you know Dirk did it then? Because you don't remember what happened.
All this pointing to him like more and more. Like the more you keep saying, like, I'm like, if I'm not at my grandma and grandpa's house, I'm not with my dad, I would be at Dirk's. Did I get effed up that day? I have no clue what I was doing.
So, and then if you notice, so if you go down to line 22, is that redacted for you?
No.
Who was blank?
Kyle Titus.
Okay. So that's now I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I have the unredacted one actually.
I'm wondering if Country Club Road, somebody might be right. It may not necessarily be like, you have to think about this. If let's just throw this, if the judge did have a family member or a longtime friend or whatever that did live on that road, and he did happen to, or she did happen to come up on that in any of that investigation, then obviously he would have to. I mean, he disqualified himself. There's a good reason. And I don't think that it's because like he was stressed out, because he was very stressed out, like complete and total basket case, was losing his mind. And they knew, like, they had to know that at some point this was going to happen, right? That they were going to have this trial, So maybe that is what happened. Maybe they realized there was some type of what do they call it, where you're like a conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, yeah.
Because all that reads to me like that was one of the moments. Like there was another one where he was reading certain things that were said by Emily Ann, where I don't want to read that out loud here, but I was getting the impression that he really didn't have a clue like what we were talking about. And
so you think so? Okay.
I do. I think someone else was using it too.
No, I do too. I think somebody else was using it. But do you think that Richard is connected by that way because he was using that profile? Is that what you think, or no?
I don't know.
I felt the same, that he didn't know what a lot of the questions. He was being honest about being clueless.
I'm glad you said that, because not everybody thinks that. They think that he's just like we go into this obviously knowing he's going to lie. This is like really serious things, but he admits to also really serious, nasty things.
Right.
Why would he lie about stupid little things like whether he was watching porn at someone's house? Like, who cares, So I don't know. And obviously, if you're watching that stuff and you're obsessed, you're going to watch it everywhere you go. So like, that's a
there's
given,
another part where he's like, he like talks about something and assumes his dad doesn't know. And they're like, your dad does know. And he's like surprised to hear his dad knows, but continues talking to him. So I feel like there's also games being, you know what I'm talking about, Zav?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you talking about when he figured out that his dad knew and that he still talked to them?
Yeah. Well, what's that? And then like at the end of the interview, he says he only stopped talking to me like 2 weeks or 2 months ago. Like, I think it was 2.5 weeks. What was that?
Yeah. Then why did he say he was like still calling him and stuff?
It was because after he got arrested just this time, I feel like isn't that what he was saying? Is that when he stopped talking to him because of this actual arrest, right? Like the most recent.
Yeah, but the police were saying to him, your dad knew, because we told him way back when we searched your devices that all this stuff was on your devices. So why didn't he stop talking to you all these years, but not until you got arrested?
Yeah. So what do you make out of that then? What are you making? I don't even know what that would mean.
I didn't know what to make out of it.
Yeah.
What do you make out of it, Sleuthy?
I think the fact that, and he genuinely seemed like confused, like as if Tony never said a word for years about it. I don't know. Has anybody seen Tony since 2021?
No. Wait.
Is he alive?
Hold on. This is his Facebook. Let me see if he posted anything. I don't think he has.
I think it was February, like, or or maybe it was February this year.
February, yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
2022.
Yeah, where's he
It
been?
was February. Okay, so
I
since February, I don't know.
I think February. I think about that time is when shit started to crumble. I think he started blurting stuff out. You got to figure at that point, if he still wasn't talking to his dad, he had gone, what, 2 years without talking to his father, if he continued to not talk to him. I don't know.
So do you think they're trying to like get stuff on Tony? I mean, do you think that that's the guy they're looking for? The second piece of it, then they're trying to get like Kegan to, because they probably don't have the evidence. But wait, if they have all that information with like the profile, you think they would be, well, maybe they can't tell who's using it at the time.
Right.
That's the problem. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they can, okay. So they can, unless, like if it's just texting, then no. So like, unless they're being referred to in their name and being their actual selves. But if they're pretending to be, let's say, Emily Ann or Anthony Schatz, and they're both in the same house under the same IP address, and they're pinging in the same exact location, it'd be difficult to tell who was actually using the device. And this dummy was like, yeah, it's my device. Yeah, that's my device too. Yeah, that's mine. But that iPhone that was left behind, that was wiped, like, where was it? Like, police were there looking for devices. Where was it? It was not on the counter, because they would have seen it and they would have taken it. So where was it? Who was home while he was getting his polygraph?
His dad.
Right.
But then his dad just like, then he just put it back. Like, wasn't on
He
the
was like,
fridge
I'm
or
just gonna,
whatever. I'm just going to put it back. Then like Kegan just finds it like, oh, here
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, basically.
Wow. Okay. Huh. I was thinking Kegan like purposely hit it, but yeah, you're right. It probably was Tony that took it. But you don't think Kegan had any idea that existed? You mean like that he didn't know that they
wouldn't have had warning that they were coming to serve that search warrant. So they would have left. He wouldn't have had time to like hide a device. They were going there specifically looking for devices. And so the fact that it wasn't on his person, and it wasn't anywhere in the house when they were looking specifically for devices, tells me it was somewhere else with someone else, because it was supposedly there as soon as he got home. Now, he didn't call it in for 2 days, but they saw activity on the phone immediately when he got home from his polygraph that he lied on. But
they can.
I don't think you just start looking up that stuff.
Oh,
I think
no
you
way.
do what you know, what you grew up around, so to think that he's involved too is not outrageous.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that I think Tony is the other guy that they're looking for, to be honest. I just want to know how, like, I'm wondering, it was Tony and Richard maybe like actually even friends, or was it just all associated with this account that like Tony set up like the meeting, or were they both there at Delphi, you think, on the bridge that day? Like, was one like the lookout, or did one just set it up, or man, I don't know.
I don't think that it's a coincidence. I think it would be crazy coincidence that like one person, like, so most people don't come across bad people like this ever, let alone two different types of really terrible bad people in the same day. Like, you're talking to someone, a pervert, and then you also then get killed by some. I mean, it's just that that's not, it doesn't happen that way for them to not be connected. I think Kegan's wore out. I hope he's wore out and he's running his mouth on everybody. I hope.
He probably is. I mean, he's got a lot of charges that oh, wow.
It looks like Tony is Kegan Kline's dad.
Sorry, I'm just like looking at this map real quick. Hold on one second. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Zav's a good actress. It really helps reading that stuff out loud, especially what it is. It's really.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
East Canal.
I think so too. I think he's right.
East Canal. Wait, you think what?
I think he told on him. I think he told on Alan, but we haven't seen the probable cause affidavit. So what did he tell? How do we know it's even true? How far away from the house was this stuff potentially
I think people
buried?
are like, oh, I'm like, okay, people are saying random stuff. Are there any mods in the chat, Sav? Did you text them or?
There was one or two earlier.
I don't know. Yeah, people were saying that there's nobody. Hold on. Sorry.
I keep seeing people say Michael Fox died. Rest in peace, Aaron Carter, and that's like troll stuff. I don't know if it's true.
Hold on. I know. I'm just trying to get this map real quick, and then hold on 1 second. Yeah, somebody kept saying the Aaron Carter, I guess, died. I don't know. Why are we getting some random things like that?
I think everyone was just so like stuck on what we're talking about because it's just so crazy. All of this is so crazy.
So the address, wait, is the Kline's address East? Is it East Canal or 2nd Street? He did.
Yeah, 34. The new
courthouse. How?
It says found dead. Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34. A rep for his brother Nick Carter confirmed to the Post the former was found dead Saturday at his house in Lancaster, California. Sources told the outlet Carter was discovered in his bathtub. That's like Jim Morrison. Discovered in his bathtub after a 911 call was made about a drowning.
What?
Wow. He's been raising a lot of ruckus on Instagram and stuff like the last couple of years.
Wow, dude. That's crazy.
Sucks. Rest in peace. Sorry for his family.
67 East Canal. Hold on 1 second. I'm almost here. I keep putting in the wrong thing. Come on.
That's what I was thinking. Sorry, I just threw it off even further, and then everybody's like already on the one topic. Sorry.
So wait, Lucy, is it East Canal or is it East 2nd that
Second.
Oh, why is there another person that in group is putting East Canal? So it's 2nd?
Is this true? Titus lives on Country Club Road? Yes, right?
West 2nd, Zav.
Okay, West 2nd. All right. Well, wonder why somebody else had East Canal. The same thing, but 67 East Canal for some reason. Okay, so West 2nd's a lot closer. But look, though, where would it be on West 2nd?
Wait, is that right? Hold on.
It might be East Canal because it doesn't look like there's any house, or because these look like apartments.
67 West 2nd. So, can you drop yourself there? Are you able to?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why don't I do that? Duh. See, like, where would it be?
Well, when was that? This was February 2019. So 2 years later. So, like, this building, what was it?
I don't know. Huh.
Could it have been some type of like rehabilitation house?
Oh, it could. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could.
That brick place?
Yeah.
This place is the only place that looks like it could be. So this is wait, is
Our
this
Salvation Army looks old, but not that old.
Wait, you're saying that's where Kegan lived?
That was Jerry's old address. Yeah. 67 was Jerry's.
So then Richard, why did that do that?
I don't know.
The heck is it doing?
It's drawing the destination, and then
Richard lives here. Then he lived here. Where's
in a field?
Wait a minute.
I'm not laughing at
what
anybody because it's funny.
No, it moved or something. Something just happened.
Yeah. Well, there could have been like a trailer. There could have been a trailer there.
Yeah, because I know I've seen. Oh, here we go. Oh. Look, it's probably these apartments or something, huh? Yeah, so he could have lived anywhere. Was it an apartment, did they say?
Those are decent.
Yeah.
It does not.
But then, okay, so that's where they lived, and then look how close it is to where's the Monon High Bridge here? I am like...
Wait, you're in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh my God!
I'm like, what?
Oh my God! Now I feel like an idiot. Hold on
I was just looking, and I was like, wait, what?
I'm just like...
I thought I needed to put my glasses on.
That's funny.
I'm like, that looks totally different from the screenshot I sent her. What is she doing?
Those two, how did they have the same addresses that were so close, though? If you think about it.
know.
And it, I mean, but think about it though. How are they so close? I mean,
The
this is a
actual
whole different
address?
Street.
What?
That was actually closer than the other two of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was much closer together. Okay, so now can we look at where they really
Yeah,
lived?
sorry.
Watch, this is going to be worse.
Eating it up.
I can't even do this right
There's
now.
going to be less here. Now she's going to pull like random. It's going to be like a train track. They were like hobos and boxcars.
Oh, it's West Second, right? Indiana.
I can't believe no one said anything.
I know. So
I want see Zav. Remember, I wondered if it was coming from him.
Peru. From who? From Tony?
So wait, it's wet. Hold on. We got to
West
finish that
Second.
video too. West Second. So I got West Second. Wait,
in Peru.
West Second.
Jeez Louise.
Does that change it? Yeah, I guess not. Okay, so I got that. And then I want to go to the 67 East Canal, right? Or West Canal. Which one is that? West Canal. Oh my God, I can't even think right now. I know. It is so hot here. Autumn,
You
what
need
is
like
your weather?
It was warmer. It was 70
like
today.
Here. Huh?
It was 70 today.
Yeah,
I had to turn
and
my
it's-
air back on.
And my air, I can't even have my air here.
80, jeez.
80. Like deer season
Whoa.
is ruined. I went hunting last week and it went from 20 some odd degrees to 70 something degrees, and it's senseless now. Now it's 80 degrees. Zav, do you need help? It's 62nd West 2nd Street.
Okay. So how far away are they supposed to be? In Peru, you said?
What did I send to you? Were they like a mile? Yeah, Peru, Indiana.
Because yeah. Can you pull it up? For some reason, mine's not linking. It's like messing up for some reason.
0.4 miles.
Yeah, mine's like when I pull it up, when I put one in, it's perfect. And then when I put the other one in, it's just all messed up. Hold on.
Yeah, because I want to.
Yeah, you have 3 minutes. Hold on, let me see.
Canal Street is the next street over, so
Canal
maybe that's why
Street.
everyone was saying that. Yeah, it's right on the river, basically.
Yeah, it's not. It's saying Google Maps cannot find. Oh,
What are you
because it
typing in?
switched the address, dude. It put in Summit. I had Second. Like, why is it doing this? I'm not that dumb, but it had Second. And then when I put in Canal, it switched it to Summit. What is going on?
Your face.
I'm like, look.
I'm like, maybe I was just wrong. Maybe I should change the subject here. Maybe they don't exist.
No, you're good. It's just 60.
No, we're no longer looking in Louisiana.
West Canal Street. West 2nd Street, right?
Yeah, spell out second.
All right. Yeah, I did.
Because it was not
West
coming up with
2nd
the number
Street,
2 for me.
67 East Canal Street. Oh, that says East Canal. Hold
East
on.
West 2nd Street.
East Canal. Okay. Yeah, no, but I'm trying to put in the other one too. I got the second, but I was trying to put in both of them. That's where it screwed me up. Now I got it.
It let you pull them both?
No, it's East Canal and then it's West 2nd. You still wait. You're acting like I'm doing something wrong.
I'm not. What does it look like?
I don't know. Here, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so East Canal Street, but look, did I do something wrong? Why is it not pulling it up the direction?
Is it not letting you pull up 67 West 2nd Street? Oh, the first one, 67 West 2nd Street, it should say.
See, then I'm looking at I'm looking at the other one here. Hold on. I'm looking at the person that has the wrong one. I have 2 screenshots and somebody else they have them mixed up. Where's yours at? Hold on. I think I keep pulling up
texted it to you.
Yeah, that's what's going on. I keep pulling up the other one. There's somebody that has
Oh.
67 East Canal. Didn't you hear me keep saying that? You're probably wondering why I kept saying that. Okay, I'm writing this down. West 2nd. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did they have Canal though? I don't understand.
Well, it's the next road over, but still, yeah. I mean, I don't know where they pulled it from. I pulled it from the
Why isn't it
reports.
letting me come up? Why wasn't it letting it come up though?
Maybe it's not a house or whatever. Maybe it's a.
All right.
Well, I don't know.
67 West 2nd Street.
Peru, Indiana.
Okay, and I spelled it out, but then it went to second.
Oh, the number?
It keeps going to second instead of letting me spell it out.
Well, that might still be okay, maybe.
Okay. 35. I don't know here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Like for some reason, it won't let me put both in. So let's just do one. I give up. It won't let me put the 305 one in too. Look, why isn't it going?
That's right, though. Well, yeah, that's right, though.
You see I have it in, right? Like, why is it doing this? Right?
Maybe it's too close. Maybe you have to click on like walk, maybe. I don't know, really.
Yeah, it's weird because it won't let me put the 305 one in. When I put the 305 one, it messes it all up. But no, this is it, right? Is this it? Does it look familiar?
Yeah, no, yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Hey, I can put it in Waze on my phone if you tell me the two addresses and give you the distance.
But then look, if I put the 305 West Second, isn't that the Richards then?
305. Yes.
There, Delphi.
Watch, it won't let me do it.
Oh, it's already gone. So maybe put 2 ND.
Yeah, you're right there. Peru. Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep,
It
there
is
it
2
is.
ND.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, that's it. That's it right there. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Finally. Yes. Oh my God.
I didn't like the second being spelled out.
Though? It kept
That's weird.
I know how to use maps, but it was just messing with me. I'm telling you.
Well, it's weird because it makes me spell out second and it's making you use the number. So I don't
wow,
know. But,
that's
but
weird.
that is it. Yeah, that is it though.
Okay, good.
Grief.
So this is okay. What we're showing here is where Richard lived compared to where the Klines lived at the part. Wait, was Richard at this address at the time of the Delphi murders? You're saying?
No, I'm trying to narrow down. I think the last person that I spoke to that we had gotten through to like 1994. So this would be when they were younger. Kegan was younger, before he got married. They lived within a half a mile of each other.
Okay. I just screwed it up. I know. I just screwed it up. Hold on. I exited out instead of, I got it though. Okay. So wait, say that again. When Kegan got married, or what did you just say?
No, before Richard, or like when they were younger, before Richard or Tony got married. Well, no, Tony might have been married to his first one, but in 1994 was as soonest as I've stretched it to, but it might have been after that too.
It won't let me go down on this though for some reason. Huh?
It won't let you walk it? Because they're actually houses this time. I don't know.
I know. There we go. There. Come on. Why won't it let me do that? Let's see. No, it won't let me. The Google guy must not have been there or something.
That's not like here, there's one road that you can pull. You can't in my entire town, there's one main road. You could pull it up on Google Maps or Google Earth or whatever, but you can only see the one main road. You can't go in any haulers or off onto the dirt roads, and it's from like 2012. So this doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so when did they live here though? You're saying? Did you finish what you're saying? Like, so what you said before, who got married? Can you
at least in 1994? So when Richard is Tony's age, when Richard and Tony were younger and Kegan was small, that's where they lived.
Wow, so they could have known each other, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Man, huh? That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're gonna find out that they're friends, yeah, and that they had some sick minds and did probably both use that freaking site. Probably like did that together. So do you think though there's a lot of people that thinks that Kegan was like the drive-away guy, like that he drove them? Do you think that?
That could be. He could have. I think I would be very surprised if it was anything other, because he has a particular, I don't want to be rude, but I also don't want to worry about being that rude because this really is gross. But his like type is more like catfishing, getting pictures, sharing with friends, like, look at these that I got, kind of thing. Not so much like actually physically going and meeting with these people. Like, I believe him when he said in that interrogation that he never met with anybody and wasn't going to. Like, I see him as behind the computer.
I believe it
like
too,
a
because he's like,
recluse.
he does it all. Yes, he pretends to be
Yeah.
someone else and does it all. Like, I believe that too. So that's why I wonder. I mean, do you think that they've met anybody else? Like, do you think this is their first one? Let's say Tony and Richard are like teaming up together. I wonder if they've met anybody else, or if this is their first time they did something like that. I don't know, man.
Well, two things. I don't see him even being confident enough to like have approached the girls on the bridge. Do you? Because I don't.
Kegan?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So
Same.
he could be the getaway person, or he could have just been the one that does the catfishy stuff. And he could have, he could have not known that this was what was going to happen to these girls. Or B, he could have known and done it before, doesn't care because he's still getting something out of it before that happens. And one part of me wants to say that, like, you don't do this one time. I would be seriously surprised if this person, whoever it is, didn't do this before and after. However, if you remember, and your page was actually, I went down the rabbit hole and I ended up here like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. And I was reading text messages, and, it sounds like a very personal, angry way to hurt somebody, and most especially Libby. I think she was the target, and it was very personal and angry.
I think she was, because from what that guy that found her, and just, I think it was definitely so. And then that just, again, confirms, I feel like, or makes you feel like, that the Kegan had to have something to do with it, because that's who was talking to them was Libby. They don't even mention Abby, really. It's mostly Libby, and so I think, wow, it's just, I can't even imagine what those girls went through, and thinking that they might possibly have been thinking they were going to meet up with that Anthony guy, probably.
Yeah.
Like, going there thinking they're going to meet up with this cute guy, and then what's that?
Was KK confirmed to also be Emily Ann 45?
I don't know. I mean, he actually admitted to it, though. He said he did, right?
Yeah, but some of the conversations he did not. I was under the impression he had no clue about those conversations. So again, I don't know why he would admit to some of it and not all of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but what? Like, let's think about that.
I think it could be to protect his dad. Maybe some of it implicates his father. Yeah.
He said that his dad was really awful, like growing up, like he touches on it like briefly, but you could tell he's still like very much
scared
like
of him.
Traumatized. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It could be, yeah.
So he's like, it could have been him. I mean, he was there, but also I was with him all day. Think about the things that are sounding off to us. They're things that also help Tony, right? Like, so I'm telling you that I was with Tony. Well, the police are telling me that it's not true. Why would you lie? Well, because I want to protect Tony. I think he's probably terrified of him, to be honest.
Yeah.
He sounds terrified of him in those transcripts.
Yeah, he does. And then there was those, wasn't there something else that got leaked out? I got to remember about specific, there was more things that came out about what he did to him, right? Yeah. There are different from what in these transcripts. I think it was from the same source, though. Murder sheets or whatever. I have to go through. They have so many.
What did he do to him?
What? Yeah. Oh, Tony to Kegan.
Tony. Yeah, there was this incident. I feel like that was in another document, though. I don't remember. I have to like refresh on a lot of this stuff because there's a lot of stuff to still go over that I'm kind of behind. But I mean, I went over it when it happened. But like, what's happening?
Oh yeah.
I want to say this because I see a lot of people like saying about catfishing and like kids and things like that. Like, I want to tell you, as a grown ass adult, I got catfished. I got catfished by a girl who I thought was a guy.
Oh wow.
And for quite a while, it happens. And so it never happened when I was a kid, well, that I know of, but I was reckless and I did talk to people I didn't know. but it happened as a grown-up too. And the extreme that some of these people go to be believable is incredible. I'm talking stalking other people in order to keep these pictures. Like this person was sending me pictures and videos of somebody else's little girl until I FaceTimed the actual guy, and I was like in tears,
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I think it happens a lot. I feel like it happens so much nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Definitely. Did you guys see this picture floating around of Richard?
Yeah, I saw your thumbnail. It was funny.
Oh yeah,
Look
that's
at him.
right.
He's so proud of himself.
Oh, here's a picture of the house.
So proud of himself in his Walmart uniform laying on the bottom shelf.
So
is
this
he that
person's
little?
He's 5'4". Oh yeah,
He
wait,
looks
there is.
teeny.
Look, there's one. Remember, we were trying to figure it out. Where I have, where is it? Is it right here? Where it
My
does
face
say
is hot talking
5'4",
about that.
180 pounds.
Yes.
So yeah, he's just pretty short for a man.
He's shorter than me.
Yeah. Let me see what else. There's let me read this. I don't remember what so this is I'm a local. What are you laughing at?
These pervs have too much time on their hands. Get a second job and go home and read God's word for help.
Oh,
grief.
Let me read this here. It says, I'm a local like most everyone in town. I've been racking my brain, wondering how I didn't recognize him from the sketch or any warning signs. I'm a former bartender of JC's. I work closing shift every Saturday. I had gotten used to Richard's reserved nature and Kegan's bubbly personality. So wait, no, not Kegan. Who's K.A.? Hold on, K.A.
Kathy.
K.A.
The wife.
Oh, Kathy. Okay. I was like, wait, Kegan. Okay, Kathy. So he got used to his reserved and then Kathy's bubbly. You could tell by their videos. She's very bubbly.
Yeah.
I waited on them every Saturday. He was a really good pool player. Always finished pretty high on the board. Well, this particular Saturday, I walked in at 4 as usual, and he had just lost pretty early in the rounds. Rare for him. Well, his wife was still in and was having a really good day. It was slow, so I'd sit every so often with my regulars in BS.
What happened?
Wait, what do you mean?
I think there was more to that, wasn't there?
Yeah, there is. It's just out of order.
Oh, okay.
It's out of order. Well, Richard was at the table, and you could tell the more time passed, the more upset or angry he was getting. Kathy ends up making it close to the end, but loses. She is bubbly, so she's just in her own world, bouncing between regulars table and pool tables, literally in her own world. She loses, comes, and sits at the table. I go and sit, and she's happy, saying things like, I had such a good streak, and so on. Bubbly barely notices him in a bad mood. He's standing at this point agitated. He wants to leave and keeps hounding her. She says something like, he probably wants to go home and sit around. And he goes, we'll go home, but I'm going to beat the F out of you in the parking lot first. And B goes, that's not cool to say, man. Can't talk to your lady like that. We're all in shock. I could feel the energy shift. And she leans forward, sort of bobs her head and says, yeah, because that's real effing funny, with disgusted look on her face. He's griping this chair, like leaning on it, but tightens his grip and doesn't break eye contact with her. Ugh. I'm telling you, he stared her down until she got her case and said bye to everyone. I remember being worried, so I propped the door open and watched them get into the car and leave. This incident was completely out of character for the nice guy I had known and thought him to be. Other than this one incident, he has always been happy, kind, and reserved. I remember thinking, no way could Richard have been involved. I told multiple people this, but remembering this incident tonight, I can honestly say I think he could have been capable. I can admit I don't know them other than the bar setting, so I won't be able to answer any questions. I really don't feel good about posting this either, since it is not my relationship, technically not my story to share. It's just the crazy situations you overlook, things like you connect when looking back, whatever. Yeah. That's why I have a feeling now, like people are going to start remembering a lot of stuff now that they know. You know, they're going to be like, oh, wait, it's Richard. Yeah, I remember this. I remember that from that day. I remember him giving, like being mean or being nice or whatever. They said over 300 tips they've gotten, at least on that.
Did you show the order of recusal or no?
Not yet, but I have it. We can, yeah.
Okay, I was like, I just got an email from that Dustin Andrew, so I
Yeah,
wanted
hold
to
on.
make sure you had
Yeah.
it.
I wanna finish the video too, and then I wanna go over these screenshots, but I'll just continue with some of these screenshots because I don't have too many. So this is somebody driving by. It says, just left there. It is crazy busy on the Monon Bridge Trail. We're nowhere to park. This is the house the guy lived in. Nothing has been dug up in the backyard. You can clearly see it from the front when you look around the house. That's the Two Girls Memorial Park named after them also. The house looks totally deserted. On the right side of the house and see the whole backyard, there's nothing dug up. It's like a circus in that neighborhood. Neighbors outside, neighbors are all outside. The road he lives on is dead, and so everybody goes past his house, does a circle, and comes back out, and it was busy. So they're saying that there's nothing dug up, but I guess you might not be able to tell because if it's like under the fire pit, right? And then somebody posted here, no family relation between Richard and KK, or between Kegan. I don't know if it's Kegan or Kegan, Tony, or wait, who? Ron Logan. Okay, so it says, I've seen some speculation going around that Richard might be related to Kegan, Tony, or Ron. I'm an amateur genealogist and just spent a couple of hours tracing the genealogy of all of those men back several generations. I found no family connection whatsoever. Also, Richard's last name at birth was not Allen. Richard's mother remarried when he was a young child, and the name Allen comes from the stepfather. Edit. I guess it's okay because I'm not revealing information about anyone except Richard himself. His last name was Gorham at birth.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because his real dad, basically, he was born Gorham, but then she got remarried and changed his name to Allen.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to write that down because now I've got a whole new hole to dig.
Oh, shoot, Lucy. Watch out.
That's way easier to find than bland-ass Allen. There's like 100 of them everywhere.
Did you read this, Sam?
Anna might be worth pinning the message about AWP.
Maybe as a banner. It's just nonstop, really. I've been trying.
You guys, I don't know. Like, I didn't
feel
want to
bad. I don't want to silence people about it. If it, you know what I mean. It sounds pretty messed up, but I also we're trying to like focus on this. But I get people wanting to talk about it, but you know.
Yeah. So Tara says, so many emotions tonight as I try to find my way to sleep. Our families have waited 5.5 years for this time to come. People ask me how I feel, and honestly, I'm a bit confused as how I feel. At first, when I heard an arrest was made, I just cried happy tears, and then the anger set in. Why, I ask? Why would he do this? He's a father, a husband, a friend, a son. I'm just so full of anger as I should be happy and overwhelmed with joy that we are on the path to justice. I'm sad for his family as they too are affected by this senseless act of evil. So here it is, 8 hours before the press conference that will set a nightmare into reality. We finally have a name, an actual face to the sketch, and a video we've shared all over the US for years. 5.5 years to be exact. To think I spoke with this person weekly and didn't notice. I hope Abby and Libby know just how hard we have fought for them, and we will continue to do so until justice is served. 10/28 was the day an arrest was made for our precious girls. Please keep our families in your thoughts and prayers. Oh, I'll have many more hard days to come. I think I read this last time. We'll get to those documents, Autumn. They're somewhere in this. Okay, so this one I think I read last live, right? Yeah. I think I did. We worked Walmart. Did I?
Yeah, you read a coworker article last time for sure, but I don't know if it's the same one.
Non-binary, but I present. Yeah, that is the one I read. Okay. Richard's last name. Oh, this is the one at birth. We're saying that he remarried. Richard's last name at birth was not Allen. His mother remarried when he was young, and basically took his the same thing. Okay. So here's somebody. I didn't do this, but somebody said this is where the bridge and then where he lived. Am I not sharing my screen?
No, ma'am.
Dude, this whole time I thought I was sharing.
I thought you were just reading.
No, shoot. Sorry,
shoot.
Guys. I thought I
when
was.
You say that cracks me up.
It's a lot easier to follow if I'm sharing. I'm sorry, guys. Well, now I am. But anyway, so here is the bridge. Richard Allen. He catfished the girls using a fake profile. That was Kegan Kline, no confirmed connection. Richard had access to that account and was using it. Somebody says, do you have a reputable source that says that? I worked my part-time job last night. I have a friend who came in who is bail bondsman in Indiana. I live an hour away from Delphi. Well, he had the girl's location and time. So common sense. Okay. This is a pretty good, like, it's pretty scary. Like, that looks so, look at that. Like, that angle. You know? Oh, I didn't really have.
Yeah, that one on the bridge is a little weird.
Yeah. I know. I feel bad showing, like, even though it's out there, like, I guess it's public. It is weird, though, because this would have been the November. I think it was, no, June or July after the murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2018.
So that would just be weird. Like, how could he?
Looks pretty, but it's creepy as heck.
Like, I wonder, did she go there often? And she was like, hey, I want to go to the bridge, and that's where I want to take, like, my photos. Like, I don't know. I feel like he was like, you know what would be great and really cool is, like, doing it on the bridge. That would be weird.
Oh, my God. That would be weird. Now, like, can you imagine now them knowing and then them thinking about that? Like, oh, my God. I wonder how much is...
Oh, somebody said that photo's older, though. Like 2013 to 14, which kind of makes it a little better, I guess.
Oh, so it's from before?
Yes.
Oh, man, I just went down the wrong thing. So thankful the documents will continue to be sealed for now. So this is Kelsey saying that. If documents had not been sealed all along, many would have ruined this investigation a long time ago. If you're upset by it, take it as a lesson. Wrongfully accusing individuals without proper facts. My husband said he heard on the news that they found Alan through mitochondrial DNA. I am thankful to the family member who submitted their DNA that caught him. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. Is there?
Something I just read, that them getting the search warrant for the other reason caused them to be able to get his DNA, which turned everything around.
Yeah, we read that on the live, remember? Yeah, I don't know if that's on the live a couple days ago.
Well, they have something enough to arrest him.
So this is the one. This is the request Sheriff County transfer of Richard for safekeeping. He's been incarcerated. Let's see, extensive coverage because of potential safety and security concerns. Basically, all right. I don't even think I need to read that. All right, let's see. See, that says West 2nd.
Yeah, West 2nd Street. Yeah, in Peru.
But why didn't we do? I don't know. I feel like that's why. Maybe I put in something else. Hold on. Why am I like so? It's because like these screenshots, I have like 3 different addresses now. But I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think that one's right. Right. Okay. So what is this request? Oh, that's the same thing. Hold on, I want to find the recusal.
I want to comment on one of these if I can.
Go ahead.
The one about the documents being sealed or whatever and not blaming people when you don't know, like accusing people of a crime or whatever. Like it being sealed, we still don't have any proof that he committed a crime other than the fact that they made an announcement that they were charging him with a crime. So until we see that, to know that what it was and what the evidence was, we don't know this either. We don't know that he did it. We don't know what he did.
Well, wasn't he arrested for murder? Or
they said for 2 counts of murder, but also like, did you hear?
And they decreased it.
Zab, will you say hi to this Jamie person?
Oh, hi.
I tried addressing him in the chat, and
what's up?
We're glad you're here, Jamie.
Glad you're here. Oh, I'm sorry. When I'm sharing my screen, I can't see the chat because I'm sorry. I mean, it depends. Right now, I'm sharing my entire screen when I'm reading. So I'm sorry. I do miss a lot. I'll come back and say hi to people in a minute. Let me just read a couple more because I want to go over those ones you were looking for, Otto. It says the Miami County prosecutor asked a judge to drop 5 charges against Kegan Kline. Kline, as you likely know, is currently being held on 30 child related charges. Prosecutors are also asking a judge to amend more than a dozen charges against Kline. The request includes downgrading several counts from a level 4 to a level 5 felony. Kline is linked to the Delphi investigation, but has not been named a suspect or person of interest. He is accused of using a fake account to get inappropriate pictures from underage girls. Someone using that account with a profile Anthony Schatz was talking to Libby the day she was killed. The prosecutor and Kline appear to have been undergoing plea negotiations weeks ago, but a trial is still set for January. More to come on this throughout the day. So here is the, wait, what is this? The recusal. Okay, so here's the, isn't this what you wanted to see, Autumn? Order of recusal and certification.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you got it because I was going to send
The
it to you.
judge of Carroll Circuit Court has determined that a particular circumstances within the underlying case warrant recusal and dictate that a special judge should be appointed in this case. The court hereby recuses itself. Yeah, so, and now it's going to be Judge what I wrote her name down, Francis Gall. Francis Gall, I guess.
I hear she's a badass. Yeah.
Really? Good.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's good. Okay, we need one of them, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's good that it's a lady too.
Yeah, I was just thinking that in my head when you said that. I was like, wait, it's probably good that it's a lady. So what does this say? Rick Allen Hill, I know, but I'm speaking from years of recording experience and the fact that they also expect identification from a second video that more closely resembles a Minecraft character. What? How it based the interview. Abby's mom said there's something about saying that about a gun, but I have not heard it. Yeah, between down the hill and the guys down the hill. It does seem like there's something in between. It's like that they like almost change it to distort that part. But yeah, here's where it says, so 5'4", 180 pounds. Okay, so there's one more though that I wanted to show. Hold on. There's the public hearing November 22nd. So see how that goes to see if they're going to keep it sealed. Hopefully they won't. I don't think I saw this in Facebook and somebody said it looked like the Flora house. Remember the Flora fire and stuff? They said it looked like him, but I don't think it does look like Richard, does it? I don't think that's him. That leaving the house? I don't know. I don't
Whose
think it is.
phones are taking these pictures?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. Let's see. First-hand knowledge. Allen came forward as a witness, or yeah. So this person's even saying like sources with first-hand knowledge tell Fox Allen came forward as a witness in the earlier stages of the investigation. Libby's grandmother told me Allen made copies of photos of Libby for her funeral. He had different jobs at the local CVS, including pharmacy tech. According to his marriage license, Allen married his wife at the age of 19. She was also 19. He moved to Delphi from Mexico, Indiana in December 2006. That's when he bought the home he has lived in since. The home is not far from where the bodies of Abby and Libby were found. Russ McQuaid confirmed a search of Allen's home 2 weeks ago reportedly yielded evidence that led to his arrest, but he was also told Allen's name only resurfaced this summer about the time prosecutors in Miami were in talks with Kegan Kline about a possible plea agreement. Kline was arrested on CP charges. He was also communicating with Libby via social media personnel named Anthony Schatz. Let me see up here. Yeah, filed a records request to get probable cause unsealed to learn what led to the police to arrest Richard. In my 29 years of journalism, I can't remember a case where the PC was sealed. We also have access to PC Daily. We will let you know how the judge rolls. Yeah, he's 50 years old. Okay, so 2 counts of murder. So it was Judge Benjamin Diner was the presiding judge in the arraignment and ordered the probable cause affidavit sealed. I don't know why I read that all backwards. Okay, so hold on. Let me find. I want to do one more. I want to bring up the Kegan Kline stuff. Hold on.
And actually, they, because I've been looking up like Indiana codes or whatever, and they consider all of their records public. Like they consider everything open to the public, and then they have to go in. So like the opposite would be some states, everything is closed unless they open it up for public viewing. Indiana is the opposite. So they consider everything open unless they specifically and purposely, for specific reasons, close it. And the 2 rules, they call them, that I found about this were that the entire case can be sealed. but that they're always unsealed as soon as an arrest is made. So it is like incredibly odd.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. When they made that arrest, they should have. It is odd. I was seeing that. A lot of people saying that too. Yeah. It's crazy. So hopefully they know what they're doing. So then I'm sure a lot of you guys here, and we just actually already talked about, but here's the documents of dismissing some of the accounts for Kegan. So let's see. Respectfully request certain counts previously filed in the above caption cause of action to be dismissed. August 19th, 2020, they filed 30 counts against the defendant in the above caption cause of action. The state requests that counts 4, 11, 15, 18, and 24 be dismissed for the reason that after consulting with subject matter experts, it has been determined that there is insufficient evidence to prove said counts beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Dismissal of the aforesaid counts is in the best interest of the state. Wherefore, the state requests the court grant this motion, dismiss the counts as indicated herein above. So, yeah, so that's these right here. Motion to amend. Well, no, they want to amend all the. Yeah, there's the 15 ones they want to amend, huh? Comes now the state of Indiana, prosecuting attorney Peter Dietrichs and the pursuant, blah, 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 amend the charging information and the cause of action to comport to the evidence that the state believes will be presented at the trial and remove unnecessary allegations and or correct statutory provision alleged to have been violated in support thereof. So we have amend count 1 to remove unnecessary allegations and to charge the acts disjunctively. Yeah, I mean, it's just they're amending like count 13. I mean, you guys could read if you want. I'm not going to read them all, but it's just interesting, the timing of everything, you know? So, yeah, so that's that. All right. And then wait, Sleuthie, did you want this? Did you want to see any of this specifically? I know we were talking about it. Did we?
That Samsung device it sticks out because it's the only one not named after Kegan in some way. It just says like Samsung, whatever. It's like an odd name. It's also, like I said, it's the first one that brings up Emily Ann. It's also the only one that mentions Kegan and Tony specifically, like by name, in reference to things that were done. So he's admitted to being Emily Ann, I believe, right? He said, okay. But there were some Emily Ann conversations, like I said, that they were reading to him in that interrogation, that some of them I could tell he was lying and it was just very embarrassing. Others he admitted to. And then some he genuinely seemed confused, but not blaming anybody else, just saying, I don't remember ever having that conversation. At one point, they were talking about certain things specifically, and he was like acting or actually was like disgusted, you know? Maybe they found out who else was using the Emily Ann account. Maybe that's why they dropped these charges and amended the other ones.
So you think the ones that are dropped are the ones with Emily Ann? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, there would have been way more than just that 5. But I think maybe they were able to, you know, we don't know, but I think that there were, maybe they've been able to attribute them to other people.
Well, you know, Emily Ann was actually a real person, right? And then they pretended, wait, wasn't it his like niece or stepsister? Hold on, what was it real quick? I just read
this. They say that it's his stepsister.
But I swear it was a real person though, wasn't it? That they were portraying it after? Or am I imagining? Am I like making up something in my head? I swear it came from like a real person. Or no?
There is an Emily somewhere.
Kegan's stepsister to communicate. Wait, the user also used 2 profiles, Kegan and Emily Ann, Kegan's stepsister, to communicate with female teens. Conversations were found on the device where Emily discussed how she had sex with Kegan and his father at the same time.
This is the Samsung, correct?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This is the only device that does that.
I don't know. That's, wow.
Like if you were Kegan and you were talking to other like girls or whatever, why would you talk about Kegan and Tony? Like, why wouldn't you talk about like Anthony Shots? Why wouldn't you say you did whatever with Anthony Shots and zavgirl? Like, why would you use Tony and Kegan and use their real names?
Let me see. Hold on. Recover. The several conversations appear to be with a female, approximately 12 to 13 user. Yeah, that is weird, huh? Huh. I don't get it. Like who is like to these other girls? Yeah, I thought they were talking to Anthony Shot. So how would they even, that doesn't even make sense.
No, they thought they were talking to Emily and in fact.
Oh yeah, Emily, that's right.
Yeah, and in fact, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, do you remember the cop was like, I don't think that this is another teenage girl. I think this is you, a grown-ass man, and another grown-ass man talking to each other as teenage girls. Remember? We got to do a reading.
Yeah, yeah, because I haven't read it in a while, I feel like. Yeah. Well, me and we read the first part like I was like a month or so ago, but yeah. Huh. But wait, wasn't that their plan though? Like that they were both doing that to bring in somebody else though? I mean, I'm confused. Say that again.
They were talking to each other. So the Emily Ann account is a teenage girl, Emily. That teenage girl, Emily, was talking to another teenage girl, blank. Okay. zavgirl. And they were talking about other girls. They were sharing pictures. They were sharing photos, Dropbox links. And if I had to guess, I would say that maybe it was like, they won't know that it's like two grown men sharing these pictures if they think it's like young girls that are sending their own photos, right? And the police are like, we don't think that this is we don't even think that other person is a teenager. We think that it's two grown men trading things they're not supposed to, under the guise of being teenagers, sending their own pictures and stuff.
I see. Yeah. I want to finish that video that I was playing with the clips. Is that all right?
What's the date on this river?
The search, it was hold on. The search was from August 23rd to September 28th.
That footage is that?
Where did it go? Hold on. Yeah, I don't remember what that actual date is. You're talking about that specific one. Like right there. I don't know. Shoot. I don't know. I could see when it was uploaded. I just have it downloaded. But I just wonder what they found, you know?
Is there footage of like 10 days before what Richard Allen was arrested when they were doing that search?
Where at? Which one?
At his house. They did that
there's
like
a little bit.
Before.
There's a tiny bit. Remember, there's those pictures or whatever, but
we're sitting in the car.
Really. Yeah, it's so far away. But there was this one video that I was watching. I don't know if that I couldn't tell if it was from the house. Like they were just talking about the case and they're like showing like them bringing stuff out of the house. And I was trying to figure out, is that Richard's house? I'll have to see if I could find that. They don't say, they're just like talking over like everything that's happening, and then they show like this little video clip as they're talking.
They showed it, wasn't it like a little brick ran his house a couple times on the news?
Yeah, but let me find that video. Yeah, no, I know what his house looks like, but I couldn't tell from the video. I'll have to see if I could find it. Let me
these are way more.
Oh, thanks, Jennifer. I'm gonna let's finish playing this and I'm gonna try to find that video that I was talking about. All right. Let's see.
And my response to that is, it will come. It will come. But if any of us said something that would be detrimental to the criminal prosecution of the person or persons that killed Abby and Libby, and I was responsible, you should hold me accountable too.
Richard Allen, who faces 2 counts of murder in the 2017 killings of Abby Williams and Libby German, has been in the White County Jail since shortly after his first court appearance last week. On Thursday, Carroll County Sheriff Tobe Lesenby asked that Allen be moved to a state prison for safekeeping. He stated that the sheriff's office cannot provide the services, attention, or supervision necessary to ensure, protect, and guarantee the safety or security of the defendant, staff, or facilities. Judge Benjamin Diener granted the request that morning as part of a highly unusual 2-page order that lashed out at attention and media coverage of the case. Diener wrote, "The public's bloodlust for information before it exists is extremely dangerous." He continues with, "All public servants administering this action do not feel safe and are not protected." Diener is the judge who agreed to a prosecution request to seal the probable cause affidavit that outlines the evidence justifying Allen's arrest, including the rare move to keep the information private even after Richard Allen was in custody. Wish TV has filed requests with the court for the affidavit to be made public. That is common with nearly every criminal case in Indiana. In Thursday's order, Diener went on to write, "All public information will be available the second it exists. And when the public peddles misinformation with reckless abandon, we all are not safe." Judge Diener also noted that when Richard Allen appeared in court in an unannounced initial hearing, he was wearing protective gear. Diener says it was to protect the defendant from the public.
Meanwhile, a state Supreme Court spokesperson says the new judge in this case will be Frances Gull. She served as a judge in the Allen County Superior Court since 1997. She was a finalist for the state Supreme Court in 2012 and one of only 5 judges in the state that led a case with cameras in the courtroom. It's unclear what the change will mean for the timeline on deciding whether to make the probable cause affidavit public.
We heard from the Indiana State Police Superintendent about the reason for the different sketches.
I think that was the absolute right decision at the time to do what they did. I've always said that the 2 sketches are simply sketches, they're not photographs. It's a piece of an investigative puzzle.
Allen was recently transferred to state custody for safety reasons. He is due in court in a few weeks.
Oh, that's so creepy.
We know Richard Allen worked as a licensed pharmacy tech at this CVS here in Delphi, but many continue to ask and wonder how a man now charged with 2 counts of murder managed to stay under the radar. In a town of about 3,000 people, those who live in Delphi are still trying to cope with news that Richard Allen is the man police say murdered Abby Williams and Libby German.
I mean, it's the day after Halloween, but it's a little eerie.
And tense. In downtown Delphi on the square, businesses like the Office Tavern put up a new sign on their door reading, "No media allowed." They weren't the only ones. Country Hair also had a sign.
Are you really saying
off camera.
that? Is that you saying? I couldn't tell.
I just said that comment I highlighted is really nice about you.
And before that, I said that's so creepy when they put the photo together and then pulled him up.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought I heard that.
I saw you.
So it says zavgirl, the nicest. Just out of you. Aw, if from God you can't fake it, you're amazing. Oh, you. Thank you.
I thought that was
Papa
sweet.
Bear. Thank you. That is like so sweet. Wow. Thank you. Oh, somebody keeps. Oh no, Lady Montgomery. No, like I don't think you're blocked.
I haven't seen her in chat.
No, I mean, let me check my block
I don't
list.
remember
If
her
it
being
is, then it's an
blocked, though.
accident.
Yeah, I
Let me
don't-
check. Address what? Wait, what does everybody want? Is it the same thing everybody wants me to address?
Well, I have no idea what this woman's talking about, but I just saw her saying something about
Juliet, what's up?
sleuthy, and then the
But-
chat was getting upset,
Yeah, there's
and then
two
a tree
different things
fell
that
on her
people
house.
keep bringing up that I feel like no, it's fine, you guys. But is that what you're talking about? The tree or the or the other thing?
She's talking about whatever she was talking about in the chat. I thought she asked for Sleuthy's link because she wanted to sub, but then it appeared there's a problem. Otherwise, I think it's the AWP stuff, not her specifically.
Oh, that's you see, Dark Horse. We could see you. You're not blocked. She's the one that just was saying she was blocked. You changed her name though.
Oh, she wanted a
Oh,
link.
when did you change to Dark Horse? No, you're not blocked. We see you. You're good. But what do you want us to address?
Me, she
Dark-
doesn't like me.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, she. The first thing I saw said something about she's from here, wherever here is, and she said that I was pissing her off. I don't know why. We did
And
a
the
lot
chat
of
was
reading.
getting upset. It was distracting as heck.
Sorry, I've been like I haven't looked at chat in like for a little bit of time, so I've been missing stuff in chat. Okay, can you, Dark Horse, just tell me what you want me to address? It's not. That's what you think it is about you.
I thought a tree fell on her house. It sounded serious.
What do I mean, you want me to just tell people that? Or, I mean, what? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do about it?
Well, she said she didn't like Sleuthy, and then she was leaving, but then now she's been asking for a link over and over.
A link to come up on panel?
Evidently.
Well, let's just see what she says. I know she's been trying to call.
Call you?
Yeah.
Christ.
What phone number is she calling?
Facebook Messenger, probably.
I was about to say, what phone number?
So, what tree? I didn't ever even see the tree that fell on her house. That's
Julie,
I'm
gonna mute.
That's the problem.
Well,
I didn't see it. So, like, I don't know, So, a tree fell on your house. Everybody, you guys, Dark Horse had a tree fall on her house. There, is that what you wanted me to say? I don't.
She kept saying she didn't like me, and she was getting annoyed, and then she said a tree fell on her house. But she said it a couple times, so people were saying you should go somewhere safe and deal with the tree. But then she kept on. I don't know why she dislikes me. It's like not abnormal for me. I've never seen her before.
Wait, you're saying it's not abnormal? Like you're saying a lot.
No,
of
it's not
people
abnormal. I would be curious why she doesn't like me, but
I don't
there's
know.
probably no
But
reason.
I don't know, Dark Horse. But yeah, you have. I don't think you have any right to not like Sleuthy. She hasn't done anything. She's actually very good at covering these cases, and seems like a really good person. So I don't know what your problem is. I don't know. Like, this is kind of starting to make me mad here because you just disrupted this whole chat over a freaking tree. All right, let's just move on. I don't know.
She said, y'all are not relaying this right. I know, Zav. I was talking to Zav.
But you have a problem with Sleuthy?
Somebody said that she said she didn't like you or Sleuthy, but I didn't see. I just saw the Sleuthy comment.
Because I haven't seen you around in a while, and so now you're like, is this the first time you've been back for like a couple months? Because she used to be Lady Montgomery.
That's
I wonder what it was not being relayed right. I feel like it was the time when Juliet.
What's wrong? What's going on? Was it because you were blocked under Lady Montgomery?
Oh, you're blocked on, but you shouldn't be blocked under Lady Montgomery. I don't think it would have been an accident, probably. All right, let's just move on. Like, I'm sorry you have a tree fall on your house. Is that what you wanted me to say? I mean, is there anything we could do to help? I'm not sure what we could do about it, but
I also don't know who that is. But I feel like it popped up when we were talking about the fact that I said, remember when I said about arrests that had been made from August 2020 through to now, and how some are relayed through particular investigations by, the local whatever, but then some of them, a lot of them, would just randomly say they got a tip from NCI or the National Center for Missing Children and stuff. Like they got like a random tip, and they're all there. There was actually one, I pulled up this report, okay, and they provided you the information. I can send you all the links, but they provide you this information, and they put out like a PDF document of 100 names. It was at least 100 names that said the age, the town that these kids are in, and then it gave like dates, and it was saying to talk to your children because there were like these children were identified via like metadata, and they wanted parents to like talk to their children because these children had been victimized by these people, and there were a ton from Kokomo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kokomo, that reminds me of that video that Matt Sullivan did. Autumn, what is Matt's channel called again? I always get it mixed up. Because he has
I don't
really.
know. You and I were trying to figure that out last
I cannot
time.
believe that. Hold on, I'm subscribed to him, so I could probably go to my subscribers.
It's not.
But he talks like the Kokomo, like the gangs and like the people. Like I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that he goes over about Kokomo and stuff. But
what do you guys think about the sealing of the sealing of everything? Well, the sealing of the probable cause. I'll just say that the probable cause affidavit. What do you think about sealing it?
I think I've never seen that happen after they arrest somebody. They have it sealed. I personally haven't. And like a lot of people are confused. I don't know if I think it's because first of all, they are missing a huge piece. Like, I feel like they're not, I think they have the right guy with Richard, but I think they don't have everything that they need. And I don't know. I just think it makes me nervous, to be honest.
Someone said his channel is Crime Dive. Is that right?
Crime Dive. Yes. Thank you. It is. Thank you. Crime Dive. Okay.
So I feel like it's kind of like a check and balance. It's a check and balance for the government to make sure that people aren't just arrested for no reason. And while I feel like the only way that I could see, so the evidence that they have would go into that probable cause affidavit, and that needs to be provided to him. Okay. So all the evidence they have up to this point that they had to arrest him needs to be provided to him, because he needs to be able to know what they have against him, what he's being charged for, and how he needs to defend himself. So it's not like keeping it sealed is for the purpose of keeping information like from him. Okay. The only way I could see if it was necessary is if, and I'm just throwing this pretend situation, because in theory, they should be, if there's anybody else's names in it, it should just be redacted. But what I could see could give it away to someone else, if someone else was involved, was if, let's say, there was a situation such as Richard went to the Go Mart 5 minutes before, the Go Mart down the street, 5 minutes before the girls were killed. Okay. And Sleuthy knows that she was at the gas station with Richard 5 minutes before, you know what I mean? Then even if you redact the other person's name, that other person's going to be like, holy shit, they saw him at the Go Mart. They know it was me. I'm leaving.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, I can't see why they would. I can't, but that makes sense to me if that's the reason. I don't think it could be any other reason, because he's seen it, and he's seen it not redacted. Well, he has to have seen it. If he hasn't, we have a big problem. But he's seen all the evidence. It's not to protect. It's not like us knowing the evidence isn't going to, it's not like we're going to get it back to him and he can't know,
Okay. Then that makes me feel better. I mean, like if that's the case.
Yeah.
What was that?
What was that? It's me again. I'm doing something weird with the trees.
Oh, Matt just messaged me, actually, who I was talking about, Matt Sullivan. Are you in chat, Matt? Oh, it's to unseal. It's this petition to unseal Delphi murders probable cause evidence in accordance to Indiana state law. If anybody wants to sign.
Oh, is there a thing for it too?
Yeah.
Oh.
He wants me to post it on your community page. Okay. So.
Yeah, people get it. I think people understand. I think if you're thinking about it from a logical standpoint and not an emotional standpoint, and you understand what Indiana law typically is with court documents like this, think about what they released. So the people that got the interrogation stuff, like that didn't come from someone that like hacked into the system and got it. It was public at one point, and then it became sealed. So they go into this under the impression that everything is going to be public record, and then they have to physically go in and seal. For this, they filed, sealed, and made it confidential and not public before they ever even arrested him, before they even filed any charges. So that is also the opposite of what they usually do. They usually do it, but they have to like put their request in at the same time. Like, here's this document on a green piece of paper, means that it's confidential, blah, blah, blah. But people that are thinking logical, like Andrea Jacobs, she said, it's a public document to make sure all aren't arrested without showing why. Would you want to be arrested and no public information released? I sure wouldn't. Meaning, yeah, you know, if I've been arrested, I want to know. And again, it's a check and balance, right? You guys should be able to go in and make sure that there was an actual reason to arrest me, because otherwise our government we play a role in our government. And I think we don't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that they want to keep it sealed too, because it's going to be really awful information in it?
No. Yeah, but
that's not their
can't.
Concern.
Yeah, they can't. But I do think that's what it is. The only logical explanation I can come up with is that someone knows, even if they redact something from that, someone's going to know, just like how they sealed the, like they haven't said the cause of death. I think that's a reason, is because someone's going to know what it was.
Someone not Alan, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hot.
You remember, have you ever like blew off a boy? I'm just throwing this out there. Again, I don't think that Kegan is the type to approach a female.
Big of a mastermind.
Honest. Yeah. But you know, the guys that like get really like facetious and vindictive. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. The way that this reads to have gone down feels very much like
revenge or something.
Blew me off. Like, blew me off. Kind of, I'm sorry. It just feels so angry. It feels so angry. And that's personal. And I can't imagine that that's just a random person preying on two teenagers.
Yeah. Like a random attack.
Mm-hmm.
Juliet.
That you understand, Juliet. I believe it. They do. They get evil.
Dark Horse, I'm sorry. Now I'm feeling bad because I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like say anything like.
Why do you feel bad?
We'll talk later, because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I upset her or something. But anyway.
I sent you what Dustin sent, and he said it's authentic.
So
he said it came from the crime scene, that information.
Okay, wait, hold on. So she said, so Dark Horse, I guess we all misunderstood. So let's just give her another chance. All right. So
did this happen before though? That's what I'm wondering. If somebody blocked her previously, is it because of this behavior?
I don't know. Which one though? Wait,
all I know is I scrolled all the way back. And the first thing I saw, and how I found it was because the rest of the chat was like, "Why? What are you talking about? This is coming from nowhere." And it literally just said that
it was
didn't
random
like me.
And rude.
Yeah, and then it started talking about the tree.
Okay,
that's all.
Well, Autumn, what you sent me though, the last two things you sent me, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So just like the list where it says Kegan trafficked CSAM. Who's that?
Trafficked in CSAM.
Oh, in CSAM. Oh, sorry. Kegan communicated with Libby. Kegan discussed the case with law enforcement recently. Law enforcement investigative path appeared to pivot based on Kegan's info. Law enforcement searched the river for a month, likely based on Kegan's info. Law enforcement searched Richard
Allen's residence.
Yeah, Richard Allen's residence shortly after finishing their river search. Law enforcement confiscated flash photography equipment from Richard. Richard processed photography at CVS. This investigation did not end with the arrest of Richard. Law enforcement clearly believes that others may be included. Richard followed Bridge Creek home. Bridge Creek seems to connect to Deer Creek, very close to the Monon High Bridge, and would have allowed Richard the opportunity to get all the way back to his house off of West 200 North undetected, even covered in mud, blood, and water. Let me actually put this one up, the map, to show. Yeah, hold on.
Thank you, Dustin.
Yeah, thanks, Dustin. Hold on, let me send this to me so I can put it up.
I also want to throw something else out there for you to think about.
She got upset in the chat was being meanie weenies. That just...
Quit being meanie weenies. Oh my God, what did I say? I wasn't even, I literally had one particular person in mind, but Jennifer Koffendorfer posted something about maybe it was about the charge, or maybe, I think it was about the charges being dropped. And I commented that maybe they figured out what other pudgy slop kebab was using the Emily AN account, because I know there's another. And like that got everybody and thought it was so funny. But I was thinking of one in particular because, again, we've got all these like geotagged photos. Like, let's be realistic. A stranger didn't like park outside their house just to do what they were doing, not on their own IP address. But I'm going to throw this out there because somebody said it to me and I was like, I don't know how this person knew this, but this person knows more than me about this, probably more than everybody. And this person said to me that we all know that Libby was the target here. I was told that Libby is not Kegan's like type.
Oh, okay.
And
didn't fit the profile.
Yes. And so I was like, you're right. So then I was scrolling through some of the things that I had and I was like, oh my God, do you know who do you know who else is like her type? Like what other person mimics her type? One guess.
His daughter or
Richard's daughter. Yeah. Are you talking about Richard's daughter? Definitely.
Liza, no, honey.
Yeah.
And so she's like, these people have like, they do have types in like age, but it's not quite age, but it's like stage of life. Okay. But they also have like a type, and Kegan's Libby was not it. So, but might be others. So, I mean, that's something to think about whenever. Yeah, body type, but just type in general, you know. I mean, and I'm not saying nothing because I'm thicker than most, but you know, just they have types in particular. Because what threw me was in the interrogation, they were talking about like, I hate to say, but like babies, like little ones, and then like 13, 14-year-olds, and Kegan was like, that's
way too young
disgusting.
for him.
Yeah. And I said to her, I said, is that like, that's abnormal, right? And they specifically told me no, that's just the age frame. Like, I'm thinking 3 is way different than 14, but it's
pubescent.
Yes, that's the word. So, but physical wise, it says a lot to me if I'm looking at it that way. And like Tony, what's Tony's type?
How do we even know what Kegan's type is? Do we know that though? I didn't know. I could.
Based on what they found, maybe.
Yeah, but what did we find?
Well, I don't think we've seen it.
Oh, okay.
I think just going by what they've implied.
Oh, they've implied that it wasn't the type. Okay, I must have missed that.
Well, and he kind of did in those transcripts. Like they were too young.
Yeah, but I think he was saying that to make himself not look disgusting.
But he admitted
like
to 13, 14, but made it seem like younger was gross.
But I mean, it's just because the level. Okay, at least it's still wrong, 13 and 14. But if he went lower, I mean, he would really look like. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
But they were going to charge him anyway for the lower because he couldn't tell them who it was. So I'm wondering if those. I wonder if those are the things that got removed or altered. Like if those are the counts that got removed. Like how do we match them to, like, how do we, maybe someone else knows. So there's 30 counts. Okay. What are they assigning to each of those? Because I thought, for instance, if you got caught with 100 things, 100 photos, that's 100 counts, like a count a photo, right? but he had more than 30. So that's what's confusing me, is how do we know which, I know what the charges were that got removed, but how do we know what they pertain to of what he did or didn't do, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know how they charge them. I don't really either.
I was trying to figure that out because it was saying like counts for like which ones got removed, and I was trying to like go back to the charges to see if I could figure it out. I haven't really spent too much time. I don't know if I'd be able to figure it out or not. But
They're all different.
Yeah, so we might not even be able to figure that out, right?
Yeah. Like some of the ones are the ones with like an aggravating factor, but maybe they changed it to like kept it the same, but not an aggravating factor, whatever that is.
Yeah, so
I get sketched out about looking this stuff up, to be honest with you.
Do you?
I do. I worry when not because I'm going to come across anything, but because I worry about what it is that I'm looking for, you know?
Like that you're
what I'm typing
associated
in
with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't, freaks me out.
I looked up aggravating factor one time and I can't remember what it was, but it's something additional to like something worse to that scenario already.
Yeah, but it could be specific to whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like
weapons maybe, or
yeah, or
object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just the smaller ones, maybe even just because they're smaller. I don't know. The whole thing's so freaking sad. But again, he didn't just one day decide that he was going to like Google that stuff.
Yeah, he Googled some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Do you know criminal code? Yeah, that's what we're. Well, that was my question.
I'm trying to find that one video I was talking about where they show like footage from them. It looks like they're at a house removing stuff, but I don't know where. See if I could figure it out.
I saw them in the car. Like, well, you couldn't see. It was so freaking far away, but it was like they circled it and said, "There's the wife." And you're like, okay, if you say so. And they were like sitting in a car. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, like you can't. But no, this was a different one. That was on HLN. We watched on the last live, but there's a different one that I just saw today too.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to find right now. But
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Why did she? Yeah, no, she does.
It takes a lot for me to slow my brain down. Trust me, I pause. It's because if I don't, you won't be able to keep up with me.
Yeah. Scenarios we made it aggravated. Yeah, it depends on.
So smaller, would that be one? Younger?
Let me see. Would it be like you think? Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
okay,
basically making a problem or offense worse or more serious. So what would be this? Let me see if I can find examples.
So it could be that they got rid of the ones with the younger because they have them to go elsewhere. That would be very interesting.
Are typically laid out by statute and varying depending on the jurisdiction and specific underlying offense. Typical examples of aggravating factors include recidivism, lack of remorse, amount of harm to the victim, or committing the crime in front of a child, and many others. Heinousness of a crime, prior conviction of another crime.
No.
To arouse displeasure.
So if your main charges are photos, still shots, and then 15 of them are videos, and if you noticed, if you read the interrogation, like the ones of the smaller were more severe in nature than the still shots. The still shots were mainly teenagers. So those could be the aggravated offenses. That would make sense in my brain.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
horrible.
it could just be so unique to the crime, you know. So it's oh,
That was a good one.
wait, what are you talking about?
Just the plain old reason of the plain old definition of aggravate. My mother calls it agita. I give her agita.
Agita.
If there's any Italians in the chat, they'll know.
All right, I'm gonna finish playing this video. Is that all right, real quick? Because it's almost done.
Yes.
So I could take it down.
Of course.
One business owner told 13 News the community is still in shock.
That's what I'm surprised that it's this close, that it took this long.
Police released his mugshot, but these are Facebook photos of Richard Allen. He's a husband and a father. We've blurred faces to protect the privacy of other family members.
He looks just like a regular guy from Indiana. Just some guy you pass on the street and wouldn't think twice about. Just being as free as they are for as long as they have been is unnerving. It's definitely unsettling.
We know Allen has a pretrial court date that is set for January 13th of 2023. He has a trial date set for March.
The biggest questions we've gotten recently surrounding this entire situation is why we, as a news station, are pushing for the probable cause affidavit to be made public in this case.
The probable cause and the charging information has been sealed by the court.
Probable cause is a requirement found in the Fourth Amendment, and it has to be met before police make an arrest or before they conduct a search warrant. We get and request probable cause affidavits as journalists all the time, and they're crucial because not only do they lay out why an arrest was made and give insight into why a person in our community no longer walks among us as a free person, but they're public documents, so it's transparent why police are taking a person into custody. But a judge sealed the probable cause affidavit for the arrest of Richard Allen, and it's a really rare move that officials would charge someone with 2 counts of murder in such a high-profile case without releasing the reason why. It's something a lot of experts didn't anticipate.
I can't think of ever hearing of a probable cause affidavit being held 30 days after an arrest was made.
Another big question we've been getting is what happened to the judge in this case? Part of due process. The 14th Amendment states no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. That usually refers to fair procedures. But Allen's been charged with 2 counts of murder, and he has been arrested, but he hasn't been convicted. Another question, do police think Richard Allen is the man who committed the murders? Yes. He's charged with 2 counts of murder and has been arrested. Again, the probable cause hasn't been released, so we don't know specifically why. But Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter also told our reporter Emily Longnecker that straight up when she asked him a similar question.
Are you confident this is your guy?
The judge signed the probable cause affidavit for the arrest of Richard Allen for 2 counts of murder. Yes.
Do you think there are other people involved?
I'm not going to go there.
Our final most asked question, will Allen's trial be televised? No, it will not. A rule in the Indiana Code of Judicial Conduct, Rule 2.17, prohibits judges from allowing court proceedings to be broadcast. Interestingly enough, though, a pilot program that launched in November 2021 allowed 5 counties in Indiana to broadcast court proceedings. Judges were at their discretion if they wanted to allow them to be broadcast or not, and Allen County was one of the counties involved in that project. Remember, Allen County's where Special Judge Fran Gull, who's now being called on to hear Richard Allen's case, was pulled from. At this point, we don't know if the actual case will be heard in Allen County, but it's interesting to think about how that pilot project could have possibly impacted Allen's trial if it hadn't stopped on March 31st of this year. Of course, this situation is one that will continue to unfold. If you have any ongoing questions, please leave a comment. We'll answer it as best we can. We'll also be streaming an in-depth special on Saturday, which will hopefully answer some of these questions on this horrific case.
Okay, so finally got that. I have one more, but I don't know. So I know the voice was like different compared to like what you normally hear on like a news clips.
Wait, at one point she literally, like, I was watching the people in the video's mouths and she just started talking out of nowhere and I was looking at the lady's mouth and I'm like, wait a second, what's happening here? Before I realized that it was someone doing like a voiceover.
Yeah, it was nice actually though. I like the
She did have a good voice.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Dr. Latina, kind of. Like her, I don't know if it was her enunciation.
I could see that.
Or
Yeah,
I could hear it.
Yeah, I never even thought of that, but yeah, I guess I could see that too, huh? So, now what were we talking about before that?
You were about to play something, but we're deciding not to.
Oh, I was trying to find that one clip where it looked like they were taking things out of the house. That's right. Hold on. And I also have, I don't know, do you guys want to watch another mix of videos or no? Or do you have some other stuff you want to discuss?
No, go for it.
All right, hold on. And then I'll try to look for that other one. Video. Do this real quick. Okay.
The murders of 2 teenage girls from Delphi, Indiana, rattling their hometown to its core as more than 5 years went by without an arrest.
It's scary because we have a lot of trails here, and I have a teenage daughter, and we enjoyed going on those trails and doing things in the community, so it just left you with a feeling of uneasiness.
Now some relief as sources tell WRTV, our ABC affiliate in Indianapolis, that an arrest has been made in the investigation into the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. The teens' bodies were found near a hiking trail in February of 2017. The name of the person arrested has not been confirmed, but sources say that the suspect appeared in court this morning. Heather Starkis says she knows the suspect. She described the person arrested as a local who worked at a Delphi pharmacy store for years. She had this to say about the suspect.
The person that they're accusing has children of their own, so how would you feel if something like this were to happen to your children?
That's not rude at all, Lady
German's sister posting on Twitter today in part, quote, "Just know how grateful I am for all of you. Today."
Non-stop.
Yeah, you know what, lady? Like, that's just not even, like, that's rude. Like, I don't like that.
You
Like, you're
already said the
disrespecting my
chat was
panel
rude.
right now. Like, that's not cool. Okay, I said I was sorry. I misunderstood you. I thought we had it all figured out. They didn't. Autumn and Sleuthie are great, okay? So that was just not.
We've been here
Yeah,
before.
you're not going to disrespect the people on my panel. I'm sorry. I think they are perfectly, they fit me very well. That sounded weird, but like, no, that's, wow. Anyway, all right, let's
You fit me too. Just kidding.
I like being up here. Usually by now this is Saturday and the baby's not here. Like I can actually stick around. I'm not like dropping off randomly. Like
normally it's like,
Yeah,
where'd
I love
Sleuthie
it.
go? She's gone. But that's your stuff. I mean, I never take it personal. I understand you have a kid and you're busy and stuff, but yeah, that was not very nice. I don't like people saying that about the panel.
if I ever
Right.
just go, just know that it's a patient. Unless it's like the middle of the night, then it's the baby.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Is the day.
I hope the best for the community and the families, that everybody can finally be at peace with what happened to those girls.
Did a monster walk these streets of small-town USA? To the good people of Delphi, Indiana, population just 2,972, 50-year-old Richard Allen was one of their own. Everyone knew him. He worked at the local CVS pharmacy, the only drugstore in town. Today, they are reeling in shock after he was charged with the slayings of teens Abby Williams and Libby German. Reminders of the manhunt have been everywhere in Delphi for 5 years, including the bar where Allen was photographed smiling, a sketch of the wanted man behind him. Bob Matlock owned the bar.
It's such a shock, I just can't see it in Rick, knowing the Rick I know.
New details of Allen's life are emerging. He was known around town as Rick or Ricky. He's lived in Delphi for about 15 years. He has no criminal history, just 2 speeding tickets and a seatbelt violation. He and his wife, Kathy, have 2 children. At a news conference in 2019, cops gave what now seems like a perceptive insight.
To the killer, who may be in this room. We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
How do you think he was able to fly under the radar?
It's really not uncommon that somebody's hiding in plain sight.
after committing a heinous crime. Very often they block it out and then continue to function in a fairly normal way.
Retired high school teacher Joe Sorink is Alan's neighbor. He also knows Libby and Abby's families.
I'm sure that it brings some solace to them.
The eyes of America were on this because it's every single small town in America.
The anguished loved ones feeling one step closer to justice.
I never gave up hope.
And the questions that remain.
How could he stay under the radar? Did he commit this crime? Did he go to work? Did he go to church? Did he have social interactions with people? I have a lot of questions for the police.
Small town Indiana, the heart of Hoosier territory. Fewer than 3,000 people live here in Delphi, but for more than 5 years, an unsolved mystery, the heinous murder of 2 of their children after they vanished hiking on this trail. And the person accused of the crime was one of their own all along.
How can somebody do that and then just go on living life like nothing happened? I don't understand. Probably never will understand that.
According to state police, a 50-year-old Richard Allen was taken into custody late last week. He worked at this CVS store in town. CVS telling ABC News in part, "We are shocked and saddened to learn that one of our store employees was arrested as a suspect in these crimes. We stand ready to cooperate with the police investigation in any way we can." Calls made to Allen's family have not been returned. His home less than 2 miles from the trail where the young girls vanished. Allen's neighbor in disbelief.
Never crossed my mind. The only way I knew him was as working in the pharmacy there.
Allen appeared to be like everyone else. This photo showing him at a local bar where he was a regular. Behind him, a sketch of the suspect.
How confident are you that we have the right man behind bars here?
The judge acknowledged and signed off on a probable cause affidavit, and that's the way our system of justice works. And the judge agreed that we had probable cause, so Richard Allen was arrested for murder ×2. That's all I'm going to say about him.
The investigation ongoing since the day the girls' bodies were discovered, involving multiple leads and more than 70,000 tips. Crucially, video and audio of a suspect believed to be involved, seen in this short, chilling clip released by police, recorded on Liberty German's phone.
The thought process of these young girls to take a video and even to capture some audio of who could have been the actual person that killed them. It's so rare to get these amazing pieces of evidence.
It's not clear if Richard Allen is the man seen or heard in the video. He pleaded not guilty at an initial hearing and is being held without bond. The arrest marks a crucial nexus point for Superintendent Doug Carter, the head of the Indiana State Police.
My resolve to catch him is as strong now as it was day one.
In an interview with Nightline just this past February, Carter had this piercing message to the suspected killer.
We know about you. We know a lot about you.
It's very declarative.
We know a lot.
Should he be afraid?
Should he be afraid? 100% yes. Today could be the day.
Today, that day has come.
What do you say to people who live here who now are sort of coping with this idea that this possible killer may have been among them for this time?
That's the shock to a lot of different people. But again, I hope they felt what I felt pulling into the parking lot today. And I hope they don't have to feel like they have to keep looking around and wondering anymore.
Libby's grandparents wearing their hearts on their hoodies.
Today is the day. Your shirt says it. Her shirt says it.
Yes. We've just fought every day. You know, there's not a day goes by that we don't talk about it, some way, shape, or form.
It hurts. We're real people. Some people forget that. It's real people living a real nightmare.
Libby's family telling us her aunt knew Allen from the CVS and that he didn't charge her when she came in to print photos for Libby's funeral.
Do any of you or all of you still talk to Libby about everything that's going on and just kind of, you know, I know with loved ones I do the same sometimes. I still talk to them.
Yesterday, I made it a point to go out to her grave and make sure she had a new sweet tea from McDonald's to be prepared for today. So I just sat out there with her, and it just was a little bit more peace sitting out there and knowing that she knew too.
Earlier this year, Nightline spent time with Libby and Abby's families as the 5th anniversary of their deaths approached. Abby's mom, Anna, recounting the girls' bond.
They were good friends. They had the same interests in music and arts, had played volleyball together. She loved helping other people, being around, assisting her nieces, playing games and drawing and art and being creative.
From the beginning, the case had been mired in mystery, but for some small clues, a drawing of the suspect, and this image captured on Libby's phone.
This young lady's a hero, there's no doubt. To have enough presence of mind to activate the video system on her cell phone.
2 years later, a new, different drawing, and this video and audio of the suspect from Libby's phone. But the trail goes cold for more than 5 years.
God has provided us with justice for Abby and Libby.
Today's announcement providing the community a little closure, but still no information has been released by authorities on how the girls died or the motive of their killer.
It is a tightrope that you walk as a homicide investigator about what you want to release or not want to release. It's just their approach to this case, and I think that's going to play out until we get ultimately to a court hearing where the prosecution has to put on probable cause.
The families only looking forward.
The end of one chapter and the starting of another. And we won't stop until the book is over.
Good prevails. Evil never wins. I hope that the community sleeps better tonight.
I know you have spent a lot of time examining this case. Did you see this coming?
This last year, I would say yes. Prior to that, it seemed to be getting pretty stale. Hats off to these guys, the state police, the locals, the FBI, everybody that's been involved with this. They never gave up. The diligence and just the sheer amount of tips that were covered, the hard work involved. Hats off to those guys.
You know, and as we said, this is a case we've been following closely here at News Nation. I know I've personally been interested in this. Never heard this name before, though. Had Richard Allen ever been on your radar? Because I know his name was never mentioned publicly before.
It had not been on my radar or anyone's that I know of. Now, I've never been personally involved in this investigation as law enforcement. And when I retired about 4 years ago, we continued to get some tips into my private agency that we would pass on. But no, that's not a name I've ever heard come up.
Well, so Doug, Kelly kind of walked us through the ins and outs of this case now more than 5 years in the making. This arrest coming now. Why now?
Some piece of information's come in, some piece of evidence has been found. I can only speculate like everybody else, but it seems to be after the arrest of this Kegan Kline that it seemed like they were kind of homing in on something. So I don't know if he's even still connected or not. I hate to speculate, but it just seems like there's probably some sort of connection.
Yeah, and I do want to ask you more about Kegan, but, it's possible that Richard Allen, who, again, obviously has not been found guilty, hasn't even been named officially by police, but, he's now under arrest, could have been on the run at this point for more than 5 years, living among the community. Did authorities maybe know more than they let on?
Oh, I'm sure they knew more than they made public. When you're investigating something like this, the only time you're going to release information to the public is if you think it can help you resolve this case. And I know everybody wants to know, but there's just no good reason to put out information unless you think it will help bring in tips or spark somebody's memory or something like that. So most likely they've been keeping some bits of information close to the vest, and it's now culminated in this arrest.
And of course, that makes sense. And we have heard of these recent FBI searches, potential suspects investigators have been looking into. As Kelly mentioned, this man, Kegan Kline, he has been a focus of the investigation. I want to play for you what Doug Carter with Indiana State Police said about Kline to our Rich McHugh back in February.
Did Abby and Libby communicate with this profile?
I'm not going to talk about that, but I am going to say that we learned a tremendous amount through that particular investigative course.
What can you tell me about this man who has been arrested, the creator of this profile, Kegan Kline?
All I can say about Kegan is that entire issue and the entire release has allowed us to glean significant investigative leads.
All right, so Doug, with your expertise, help us read between the lines here. Is there more going on? Could Kline still be connected?
It's possible. Just speculating, of course, here, but it seems likely to me based on my professional experience. He's got his own issues with the charges that he's facing, and perhaps he provided the information that led to this arrest and could be given some credit. It's hard to say, but I would think it's very likely.
Yes, so many people interested in this case, and it looks like now finally moving forward. Former FBI agent Doug Coons, we thank you, sir, so much for your time.
Richard Matthew Allen has lived in the Delphi community for more than 16 years. Property records show he's owned this home on Whiteman Drive since 2006. Richard Allen lived just half a mile from the middle school where Abby and Libby attended. WRTV investigates drove from Allen's house to the Monon High Bridge. It was just a few miles, a quick 5-minute drive. No one answered at Allen's home Monday, and his family hung up on us when we called. Clint Rand used to live in Delphi and has been following the case closely. He's one of the many people stopping by Allen's neighborhood.
Sickening. And then the fact to find out that he's living here and has lived here since, I think they said, like 2006 is just insane. And nobody knew. Like, everybody described him as a nice guy.
Why come out here today?
I think I've been to almost every press release. I've been to the one in 2018, one in 2019, and then, of course, this one. I was curious to find out what they knew.
Richard Allen is also a licensed pharmacy technician in Indiana. He worked at CVS. Their corporate office says they are shocked and saddened to learn of the arrest. Allen also had no criminal history. We found just 2 speeding tickets and a seatbelt violation. His name is unknown to people who follow the Delphi case. That is, until now.
Here comes a guy that has never, ever been announced. He was nobody's radar. It was like, where did this guy come from?
Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
Okay. I just sent that map. See, I'll put it up. What's it a map of, though? What's the red and what's the yellow? Do you know, Autumn?
No, he didn't differentiate. Let me see if I can look at it and know.
Yeah, so we know what to...
Dustin, let me check the email real quick.
Okay. Let me put it up here. Where is it? Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Okay, so let's...
If you're still here, Dustin, can you say what the red is and what the yellow is, allegedly? Yellow is where he went from, and red is where he went to. Okay.
But I'm still looking.
Oh, so so it starts at the yellow, and then there, and then probably on his way back or something.
There's a space. Doesn't connect right here to the rest. Huh.
Right. I only see it connecting on that top ping.
I don't see it connect from this red to this red. You?
Let me see. Only at that, I'm like going like this, you can't see it. That, yeah, right, and just above that diagonal, I was thinking. What's that? Oh, that's 25, is it?
I know, but it doesn't connect to any of these.
Right.
I don't
Let's see.
know.
Oh, wait. He said that's all he'll say, though.
Okay.
Yes. Yellow is how he got to the bridge, and red is how he got from the scene to get away. Oh, I see. Oh, I think that.
But like it would go, look, it's like, which one, like, I'm still a little lost, but.
It could be like two or three different alternatives.
Oh, so you're
You
getting
know?
a couple different ones, maybe. Okay. It's gotta be, because I mean, this goes down and then back up. So it's like two different, and then this red actually doesn't even connect. And then this goes
Oh
out
yeah,
here to
because
the
look, that
highway.
goes straight to that highway, and then the
Yeah.
other one would be following. What, I wonder if that's a body. It looks like maybe along a body of water for most of the
Here,
the
let's bring up,
most
hold
red
on, I'm
one.
gonna bring up like Google Earth for the area. Do you want to, should we look at the area? Like on Google Earth?
Might
You
be
know?
worth it.
Yeah, hold on.
He said from crime scene experts did it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'll have to like really figure it out, you know. All right, Google Earth. So what else? Anything else you guys want to? Oh wait, I do want to do a couple more things. I don't know if I want to do it on this live or not, but I did want to go over some of my old videos, like the text messages. I do think it's important. Those, like,
I think so.
David Erskine, like how he says that they found them. I do want to do that sometime. I'm not sure if I'll do it today. And then I also want to go over, which I will do that today. Just a quick thing about the Kegan, about when he was in Vegas and all that stuff. Okay, hold on. Let's do this Google Earth thing real quick though. So let's do, I'm going on High Bridge. Yeah. That in, it should bring it up or no? Oh, here we go. Okay. Ooh, it's taking me all the way from California because I was over by Kylie. All right. No, why did it do that? All right. Okay. So this is where, well, I gotta remember how this works here. I haven't looked at this in a while. This is the one that's like Deer Creek, so it'd be going like right here. Is that
okay?
I gotta figure out where isn't this? No.
Is that the creek or the river?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this is the spot, isn't it, that they've crossed right there? Or hold on.
He said yes.
Okay. So they start like, well, I forget. Wait. Now I got to remember where Kelsey dropped them off at. You guys forgive me. It's been a while since I've mapped it out. So she dropped them off, which entrance? Because we could figure out how they went in. And then supposedly, didn't somebody see BG? Didn't somebody see him way up here? Right? And
That's
then
what
you would
people
walk all the way
claimed at one point.
here. And then here's where the bridge. So here's where they crossed. Which I'm weird. It's weird how they make it go down because there's not really. That's why I was like, wait, is this the right spot? Because it's not like there's not much of an elevation difference.
From bridge to crime scene and from crime scene to getaway.
So then,
dropped off at Mears lot. Is that right? And then, but somebody else said Mary Gerard and Mary Gerard entrance.
No. See, that's not right. No, not what you said, but what I was just.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna write that down, Dustin. Yellow is how we got to the crime scene. Red is how we left. Where's my notebook?
Mirrors a lot. Well, isn't it?
The other one said Mary Gerard entrance.
Why do I think it's somewhere over here?
Oh, I can start.
Or no, is it right here? Hold on. Let's see. What's chat saying? Hold on.
Where the heck did I put my? My dark sea. Is exactly oops, I'm sorry.
Did anybody say like Mary Gerard?
Those are both the same place, Mears lot and Mary Gerard entrance.
Oh, okay, Mary Gerard entrance. So if I just type it in,
Gate at the start of the trail. Is there a specific, like, if you were to Google the entrance, is there a specific,
Mary's Lot.
I don't know, I want to say
I
title,
don't
but
know. Like,
they weren't dropped at the very start of the trail. It's an entrance about halfway down.
I know. Is it like off of this road?
At the main road, Glenn Davis said.
So this road or this road?
I always thought it was by that other bridge right there.
Right here.
Yeah. Because they had to walk a little ways. But
I know.
I
I'm gonna
could be
get
wrong.
crap for not knowing this. Watch.
Okay.
Did
He said,
anybody
right, work it back.
like this way? I don't know, but I guess this is gonna be too hard by what people are saying.
I know, without a specific word of the entrance.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm gonna get my pen.
Is Lucy still here?
Yeah, I was sent something crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and I was attempting to confirm it,
Like about
but
this case, you mean?
yeah, and it's from someone that generally I have good discussions with, like even when we don't agree, but the only link that I could find was too sketchy for me to click on, even on a VPN. So I'm not going to, but it's about a judge.
That person asked if Sleuthy has like a legal degree or something, and that's why they're saying, why can't you give me an answer? But I don't think she saw you asking Jamie.
Oh, okay.
What is, I do not have a legal degree.
Can somebody say what she's asking just to make sure? What was she asking?
I can go up.
I don't know. Maybe she could repeat it. So is this something you want to share, Sleuthy, that you guys sent, or what were you saying now?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's not confirmed though. That's the problem. And I
mean, we could just put it out like that, not confirmed, but is it like so far like out there or like
I mean, it's a pretty heavy accusation, and so but it is on my Twitter too, but I mean, it's about a judge.
Oh, Fouts. Curtis Fouts?
There you go. There's the question.
I do
Are you
not.
talking about the Curtis Fouts situation or no?
No, it says
not that judge. Okay.
Delphi.
There's the entrance they have.
It says organized crime threatens to kidnap grandchildren of former Minnesota judge who was texted photo of a child, and it's supposedly evidence in the Delphi murders. I was able to find the actual link on my own because I don't click links from other people, but it still doesn't. I'm not going to click it, so I don't know.
Okay.
What would a judge in Minnesota have to do with this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then again, we don't know. It could go to many different states, right?
Hold on, let me mute this. Sorry. Oh, come on. Okay, sorry. That was loud. Yeah, I don't know. So they're saying that the judge got a picture?
Yeah, of something that was evidence and that organized crime is threatening to kidnap grandchildren or something. I don't know.
That's exactly what I was thinking, is if there's any form of intimidation that Alan's side could use against the judge, then his family would be the weak spot.
Oh, what do I do for work? Someone said I'm into voodoo. I am not into voodoo. And in fact, I very much believe in angels and therefore believe in bad spirits and therefore would never mess with anything like that. I am a scribe for a group of neurosurgeons. That is my job.
That's awesome. My husband's cousin was going to school for that, and then now she's going for her physician's assistants. But you like scribing? I was doing transcription for a long time.
I do. I actually, when
bet.
I started, I did it in ophthalmology. I didn't know anything about neurosurgery.
Oh, that's neurosurgery. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Really, it can be very sad, but for the most part, it's very interesting.
You learn a lot reading all that stuff, or
Oh,
so much.
Well, a lot of it is like having to learn because otherwise, so the doctors rely on me to know what they're talking about, and I didn't go to medical school, so
Right.
but in order to be effective, you have to learn. So
Be able to like connect the symptoms and the codes, and
they don't always tell you, like they don't always. If you're any type of medical scribe, you have to be like a mind reader, and you have to know seriously like what they want. Like, you imagine having a conversation with the doctor, someone just listening to what the two of you say, and then that person having to relay everything into your chart. And it could be really good. I've also seen charts that are like, what on
awesome
earth?
because of it, or
Yeah.
bad.
And then some that
Oh,
are like, I haven't taken that medicine, like something as simple as like making sure they're on the right medicines, but when it comes
yeah.
to, I'll throw this out there, like, because I'm sure people will understand, but like how you can bill, the level that you can bill is going to vary depend on how well your scribe can document your visits.
For sure.
So the better I am, the better they are. So
Helps the patients and the doctors.
Mhm.
I know the one doctor I worked for level, like he'd do like the highest level all the time. It was kind of messed up, but
Well, if it's warranted, I think it should. I mean,
right.
some doctors take much more time and care and patience and thought, and they put a lot of that into their documentation and their help. Like we've been doing. Do you ever hear of like deep brain stimulators for people that have like Parkinson's or just
Wow,
tremors?
no.
Oh yeah, it's really cool stuff. Really cool stuff.
That's awesome. What is it, a chip or something?
No, it's a
Or
it's like a little
electron?
battery pack. It's like a battery pack that they implant in your skin, like kind of near your ribs, and they run wires up into your brain, and they figure out like which target they need to hit. They do it for seizures too, but it's actually very helpful for people. And
That's awesome.
I saw a guy the other day that has Parkinson's that was like, I think he was 34. He was very young. Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah.
My grandpa had that.
Yeah, it's
But
sad.
34, criminy.
I couldn't believe how young he was.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if it could be used for depression. Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure, you can use it for a lot of things.
I've been reading a lot on that
Yeah.
ketamine. Have you read like the ketamine treatments?
I've read about that in psilocybin, and
They say it's really good, but you have to go like every day for a couple months, I guess. But they say it's really good for people. Medicine doesn't work for depression.
MDMA too, I've read about. He said he sent a new map. Yeah, in very small doses.
Yeah, they're like super microdosed. That's interesting.
I'm sending you this other map. You can tell me if
Yeah, I just went through all my videos to find that video I was talking about. It's not, I don't know. I can't find it now. I swear I just saw it today too. So I don't know where it's at, guys, but oh well. I'm just going to go over one more thing and then probably call it a day because it's getting so hot.
We need to get you a fan.
I'm getting hot too. I thought it was because I was saying something about all sane earlier, because then I started feeling kind of flushed.
I saw that comment.
Oh,
yeah, I got flushed after that. I'm like sweaty, trying not to wipe my forehead.
Are you single?
Stop.
Ooh.
Sane I don't know if he's single.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
I just wanted to know if he was a real person. I was like, is that really his face?
Because he's had a couple different pictures that you could tell it's the same guy.
Wow.
Sane, are you single?
I'm going to be respectful. Bundles of cash.
I know, right? It's funny. I just text you the other map. You can tell me.
Oh, is it like the same thing?
No, and it's labeled as North 625 West.
Okay.
Kind of shows like a direct route.
Okay. Is this supposed to be where they dropped off or something? Is that what you mean?
Is that
I mean,
what he? Okay, look at there's the Monon High Bridge. He can answer. He's right there. There's Deer Creek. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just. Did
Okay.
Abby have a phone?
I don't
Never
think.
hear about
I don't
it.
never hear. Yeah.
It's a good
Someone
question.
said yes, but I can't tell if they're saying yes to me. Yes, she did, or I haven't heard anything about it.
He just said you're making me blush, but he never answered.
Yeah, yeah. Please stop. Can we not?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Someone said that Zav's dating show.
I
No,
just
thank
thought-
you.
I
That's
mean,
what I was gonna
hey,
say.
if you guys are
We're
both
gonna
people,
resurrect
I don't
it.
know.
I'm literally sweaty. If I could change my shirt right now and get away with it, I would.
Who's
Ridiculous.
RL? Logan?
Ron
Is that
Logan.
Logan?
Ron
Oh my
Logan.
god, my leg. It says RL's alibi was proven false for the day of the murder, but he passed away while in prison on an.
I thought he had COVID. Did you guys freeze?
No.
Information about the state.
Oh my god!
What was that?
You got totally you just like froze. Both of you froze. You stopped talking, and she.
Mine
and I thought
flashed.
Yeah, yours jumped a little bit, but I don't know.
Earth?
What did
Just
mine
saw
do? Okay, so what do you want me to did you figure out what that map
It says the
was?
cause of death was from massive blood loss. Just a second.
The girls.
Yeah, that's the last thing
Yes.
it says.
What are you, I don't know what you're talking about. Autumn, are you sending me things or what do you mean? Where are you getting your information?
From Dustin. It's a lot to email you during the show.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to do it how we did it before, where we discuss it after. But yeah, the stuff he said, I sent you Autumn a letter from Ives and the snitch, and I'm gonna show you that, and then we can talk about it next time because it's really interesting. But it's oh yeah, here we go. It's long to read though.
So let's just I'm just gonna share the map. I'm gonna do the quick thing about the Vegas thing, and then I might end this because I'm getting like overheated.
Yeah,
I
you
need
only
to
have like
eat
an hour till
something.
8 anyway, right?
Plus I want to eat, and I'm just like, it is so hot right here. I don't know. I wish my mom would turn on the air.
That thing looks like it doesn't
that what
work
that
at
is?
all. It's a fan.
fan.
I didn't know what she was doing.
It's good around your neck, but it's not that good around your neck because the angle of it doesn't hit you. So
You know what you need to do? This is an old Italian people thing. You get a wet paper towel and just tuck it in your shirt.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
It'll cool you.
I have like ice packs I used to put. Like there's this ice pack that goes around your neck. I gotta find
she's
that.
like
Yeah, I've seen that. They have them. Some of them have like buttons that you could just button. That would be me.
Please stop doing that, okay? You can't.
That
okay.
I don't know what I thought you were. I thought that was some
It's not
type of like
good for you.
face massager.
But like that it works from way out here.
Well, no. Every time I saw it, you were like on your face. I'm like, what's she massaging? Her
Oh,
face?
it must have
Like,
looked
what?
like it never was touching my face. So maybe it just looks
It
like
looks like yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so this map is what you sent me, Autumn. So what are we looking at here? I don't know, but okay. Here's the bridge. So is this supposed to help figure out where they were dropped off at? So here's the bridge. Yeah, so we were at the right spot
He
for the
said
bridge.
that map shows the whole area, and the other map is from the crime scene.
Okay. All right. Well, we looked at that, and then
Did I show you the timeline that I made of Kegan's travels?
no, you didn't give me any timeline.
I don't think it's not like done. I think I was still in like 2018, but
Hi, Dominic. Good luck.
he literally was everywhere. And all I was thinking, like, he went like on tour with Warp Tour.
Oh, I talked about that a lot. We like went through videos of Warp Tour to try to find him because he was like he has videos. He did their he set up. Yeah, we looked
at
through
every
Warped
single one.
Tour.
I used to go to
Yeah.
Warped Tour when I was like 13. They used to have it in Camden. Like I had no business being
There's
there
that
by myself, but I was.
there's a thing where like the Warped Tour, there's like the we found all these articles where there's a lot of bands that were at Warped Tour that were involved with like different charges of like
I totally
underage
believe that.
girls and stuff. So that's what we were thinking. I was like wondering, is he supplying that to these guys too? Like so many, we
Oh
had a
God,
list.
it'd be huge.
Remember, freaking Dr. Latina's daughter got this list of all the bands that were charged with like underage, like
Didn't it used to
or
start at 13 and up, Warped Tour too? So
Yeah,
because
I
it was
know
a
I
lot
was
of
going when I
young
was 13.
girls that
Oh
were this,
yeah.
and then the bands were, you know, adult males. I mean, not all, you know what I'm saying? And they were like basically going after these young girls, and like there was charges. I have that list somewhere I could find for maybe next live. It's a list of everybody that was charged in the bands. So many people, it's crazy.
Wow. I would go in Camden every year. I have not been to Warped Tour since Blink-182 was in Warped Tour. That's how long it's been.
I've never.
That's how
been
old I
there.
am. 20 years ago. So, but I was looking at these and I was like, by God, he could have, if let's just say that everybody was kind of working together. This man went on tour to everywhere. So potentially, if there was anything to get rid of, oh my God, all these people went to Warped Tour in Camden. Like, how many people do I really know? But like, if you're thinking about
was
like
he
all
a
these,
roadie or something? What the heck was he doing?
Yeah, he was.
that's
He
what it looked
helped
like.
like set up the stage and different, like the
Okay.
band hand or tour. What do you call those people? There's a term.
A roadie, right?
Yeah,
I guess
roadie.
a roadie. Yeah, but there was another term too. But yeah, roadie would be good.
Well, I was too. I used to live outside of Philly, but so they I was thinking like if there was something to get rid of, it could be all over the United States. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
also
crazy.
if you look at that probable cause affidavit, it says that they got back on like February 25th or whatever. I do have 9 lives of experiences. I have many more than that. But they got back like the 25th. So when did they leave? Right after the girls died? That's suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on
Got
his
out of
Facebook,
Dodge.
that's what I wanted to show. But I think I'm just going to do it on another live because I'm just not. I feel like I'm too scattered. But that's what I was going to show. The whole Vegas trip. He puts it that he was there on the 17th or on the 13th that day, but he puts it there afterwards, and it's like he's trying to create an alibi for that day. I'm telling you, and that's what I want to show you, that it doesn't match like the dates. It doesn't seem like he really was there. Like he was there right after, but he wasn't there already working as a bartender.
I don't think he was.
No, I don't either. And there's a video I did, but like I said, I'm going to replay parts of it another time. But no, I don't think so either. So why did he create that day specifically? Adds that into his Facebook to create like, oh, this is where I was that day. So I couldn't have been there. You know?
I mean, and also though, but in all honesty, and I hate it because he's dead, and so there's really you can't go anywhere from there. But you can't ignore, even if he just had if he simply just had knowledge about what was happening on his property or caught it on a deer cam or something like that. You can't get out of your head and leave it to the side the fact that this Ron specifically asked for an alibi during the time that a crime was committed, before the announcement of a crime having been committed. They didn't even know about it yet, and he was looking for someone alive for
Sam
him.
was
at that
talking about
exact
that
time.
the other live. Yeah. Coming
Yeah,
up with an alibi before he even really knew
yeah, that's
why.
weird.
Yeah.
That's
you can't.
weird to me. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't ignore that.
No, you can't. So that makes you wonder. So there's so many things that just like, yeah, it's just not clear. There's so many.
I was making, okay, so I'm just going to say this, and maybe I won't say his name because I can't really remember, but I was making a family tree today, and I did a lot. And Kegan's mom was married at least 4 times. At least 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of the brothers, I came across one of the brothers' Facebooks, one of her brothers, and it like gave me goosebumps, like startled me.
Man.
And I'm wondering
Whose
if
brother?
anybody else, one of Kegan's mom's brother.
It was
Okay, Kegan's
nasty or something.
mom's brother. Okay.
No, he's not. He's handsome. He looks like a normal, but like he's a handsome guy. He just, for whatever reason, and I can send you the picture. For whatever reason, when I looked at it, and the last posts were like right after the girls died. There was no
Jeez,
other
whoa.
posts.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's weird, huh? Yeah,
That's
you
an
have to let me know. You have to.
Did Keegan's mom know
I'm
Richard's wife
looking
was
for
there?
that document that for the mort work, so you would really probably want to
Knew
look
Keegan's mom
through
went
it.
It's
to
probably
high
gonna
school
freak
with
me
him.
out.
It probably will. There's a lot. It's just it was crazy, and then just to think, okay, so he was there with those guys. Did he supply some of them with the?
We looked up the population of Peru, and it's like I think it was 11,000, like 639, which is relatively small.
It's so fun.
So,
This Delphi with their like 3,000 people, right?
mhm.
And it took 5 years to figure out that it was someone there. Like where I live, our population's like
Right.
1,000, and I feel like
Oh wow,
yeah,
1,000.
1,000.
It's like
So
270,000 here.
oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
1,000.
Guys, I gotta go.
You all right?
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
fine. I just need to go put my head in the freezer.
Don't do
Same,
that.
girl. Same. I'm going to too.
I just like flashback to Dahmer.
But you gotta understand, it's actually really hot in the house too. So it's you guys would be hot too. It's not all because
Oh
like
yeah,
we
because you
still
can't have the air on
right
because of your
now.
grandma.
Like, my mom,
You do have it on?
Oh.
She probably actually has the heat on. That's the
Oh
problem.
my gosh, I
Oh, don't you
couldn't.
have a window unit or
I
something?
have one window, not a window unit, but I have one window open. I can't reach the other
Her
one.
grandma gets really cold, so she like can't have it like really cold in there. She
I'm gonna
said.
get you one of those. Do you ever see those things that they sell like up towards the registers at Walmart where you like put a bunch of ice in the machine and it just blows like ice air on you?
Yeah,
That's
that'd
what
be
you need
legit.
for
I
your desk.
do. Huh.
Yeah.
I should look into one of those, huh?
It's called
Does
like
it,
I'm
but
gonna
does it,
read it
will
right
it get
after this,
things wet
Dustin.
though? Like, will it get my computer, will it blow
No.
up? Okay.
No. Uh-uh.
Well, maybe I should, guys, because I am dying right now. Okay, so and usually like fall weather, this is like the best weather, but like
I
it
know.
sucks living here because it's the hottest time in the house because we can't have the windows
like up,
downstairs open.
down,
So the
up,
whole house,
down.
because she won't let me open like if we could open all the windows, like it'd be cool, but I can only have them in my room open. So the whole house is like, whew.
My allergies are too bad, so we can't open the windows. So I'm like, 1 minute I've got the heat on, the other minute I've got the air on. Then I wake up in the morning and it's like 30 degrees inside my house, ready to snow. Yes, ice air. That's Teresa.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, I would.
ice
Oh,
air.
Teresa, hey, what's up? I saw you earlier and I forgot to say hi. I think it was when I was playing the video. Yeah, I would have the air on if it was my place. The air would be jacked up, but jacked down, or it would be on right now because it's like mid 70s. I feel like. Anyway,
Yeah.
All right,
thanks,
well, I'll
Teresa.
hop down.
All right, guys, and yeah,
So
so
I'll
see,
see
I'll
you
look for
later.
that document because it's really interesting. I know I have it somewhere. I just got to figure out where I put it. And then yes,
I'll
let's
post Luthie's
try to
channel.
like, yeah, and let's try to
I'm gonna send you like all the things that I've been digging. I've just now climbed out of this hole so I could start talking to people about this. So
Okay.
I'll send you all my
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank you for coming
Thank
up.
you.
You had some good
you.
information. Definitely, you got me.
All right, I'll talk
thinking
to you later, Zab. It was
about
good
some
seeing
stuff.
and talking to you, Sleuthie.
You too.
Always.
All right, bye, Autumn. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good
Love
night.
you. Love you all. Bye.
Love you
Love you
too.
guys. Bye. All right, guys. Well, Warlock Wrath. Thank you, guys. Drop it. Drop what? Oh, the link, probably. What do you mean? Marise. Wait, Mary. How do you say your name? Mary? Maurice? I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Maybe Maurice. Maurice, Australia. Maurice. Yeah, that's probably Maurice, right? Maurice. Thank you. Okay. I was saying you never did answer, so I don't know what that means, but Sleuthy's pretty cool. All right, guys. I am going to go. Have a good day. Hillberry, Billberry, yay! Hi, Hillberry. Oh, I will. I'm looking forward to it. Juliet, you better get ready. Whoa, that keeps doing that. Chicantique, chicantique. Mez, thank you, Mez. Hot bread, Glenn Davis, Wonder Woman, or wait, Wonder Wood Mom. Wonder Wood Mom. Hey, did you ever do the emoji thing? Or no? Wonder. Bye, Grateful. Bye, Connie. I will. All right, guys. Remind me though next time about the Kegan. I had it pulled up too. Look, I wanted to show you. Oh shoot. See, I had because this is what I wanted to show you. Like I did this video. Oh shoot, what happened? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I had it pulled up right where I wanted it. I don't know what happened. Oh shoot. Yeah, I'll just show you guys another time. I know I feel bad because I keep talking about it though. I just wanted to show you why I think it's weird because we know that he was in Delphi. He wasn't in Vegas at that time, right? Because we could tell even from the transcripts, it was like right after. But supposedly on his Facebook, he lies on that date, which is really weird. Hold on, I'm trying to get it to that point real quick. Hold on one second. Let me just see if I could just explain it real quick, maybe. Hold on. If it'll be that easy. Yeah, look. So he adds like on this is from his Facebook. So he adds started a new job at California Hotel and Casino February 12th, right? He's a table games dealer. But then if you look through his Facebook to, let me see if it's, remember, he's a dealer, right? He started a new job. But we know from the transcripts he was actually in Indiana that day. So how are you starting a new job, buddy? Okay. And then, so why lie? And then August, it says, so proud of my son, just finished school. Now he will be a blackjack dealer. So supposedly he was doing his dealer school, his car dealer school, August 7th. August. So how was he already starting a job dealing on February? You know what I'm saying? I know some people said, well, maybe when I did this video before, I got some responses. Well, maybe they were going to put him through school that time and then start the job. Maybe, I don't know. I just think he was trying to create like an alibi for himself at that time. But like I said, then when he gets arrested, it does come out that he wasn't indeed freaking there that day. It wasn't until after, right? So I don't know if you guys find that weird, but I like that he went and created this after the fact of where he was. Like, you know how I guess you could add it after. Let me see. And then my son is coming home for a week tomorrow. Hasn't been home in 2 years. Can't wait to see him yet. Yeah, huh? Because you were with him on 2017. That's not 2 years, right? Is it? I mean, that would only be, I don't know. There's just a lot of discrepancies in in these Facebook posts that don't make sense. That are, I feel like it's to kind of cover up the whole thing. Do you guys see what I'm talking about at all, just from those little things, or no? Like his dad, this is his dad saying that, but we know he was home February 2017. So, I mean, I guess that would be like a year and a half. I guess you could just say 2 years, but still, I'm not buying it. I think that they're trying to make it look like it wasn't there. Anyway, at least the people who know him. Yeah, but I have all these videos, you guys, in my in my Delphi playlist if you want to watch them, but this is just from one of my videos where I just kind of go over everything. During his interview, Kegan stated yeah. You guys are cracking me up. What are you guys talking about? You're right, because law enforcement asked about London's country. All right, guys. Anyway, that's just a quick little rundown of like, it just doesn't make sense. I think there's a reason why he added that to, and it was a lie. There's no job that he was starting. He just wanted to give himself an alibi. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for a few hours. I will see ya. See ya maybe tomorrow. We might do maybe Quentin tomorrow. I'm thinking of. I'm not sure yet, so I have to look into that case. It's been a while. And Leilani still hasn't been arrested, right? To try to like dig into that case too. But I know there's a lot of drama with all the protesters and stuff. So like I think that's enough to freaking make like that right there is creating like all kinds of stuff, just all the drama surrounding the case, huh? All right, bye guys.